And we are back. Back like we never left. We are here once again for our New York Knicks today. A little early afternoon start here on the East Coast. 3 o'clock start time. A little weird, a little awkward. Got a couple of things to break down. Hopefully, our New York Knicks do not let us down once again here in Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and start the show, yo. That's right. We are back once again, folks. Please hold your applause. We are here once again. The Knicks are in Philadelphia, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. They have been at home in New York, and that is a short trip over to Philadelphia to, I believe it's Wells Fargo Arena, I believe. Terrible arena. Terrible name. Can never be Madison Square Garden, tell you that. But we are back once again. 2 days off for the first time in like a month and a half. I don't count the 2 days off that they had on the West Coast road trip because that is a West Coast road trip. But 2 days off, they were home. Now they're just going to travel, a little real quick travel down to Philadelphia. We got to play Philadelphia 76ers, and then we got 2 days off again. And so here we are in a stretch where obviously we've done the ranting. We've done all the discussing we need to do about the downfall of the New York Knicks the last 3 weeks. Hopefully that is a bump in the road. Obviously, it was more than a bump. They blew a tire out. They had to pull over, change the tire real quick. Hopefully, the tire's changed and we're good and everything's good to go. And all we got to do is drive down to the nearest garage, nearest mechanic on the side of the road, which is the All-Star break. Just get there. All we got to do is get to the All-Star break, get to the mechanic, and then hopefully we could soup everything up and we're good. And then we're going to be moving forward toward the playoff run. Championship season may still be alive, but today will tell us. Today is a barometer game. It will tell us where the New York Knicks stand in the disastrous loss that was Dallas, the historic win that was against Brooklyn. Today will tell us where we really stand. I'm throwing that Brooklyn game out of the window. We talked about it. It's nice. It's fun. It's incredible. It's a great first step. You don't want to throw completely out the door, but at the same time, the Brooklyn Nets played terribly, and the Knicks played pretty good. I didn't think they played great. I thought they played okay. Actually, more than okay. They played good. I didn't think they played great. So, great is still on the table for the New York Knicks. Also got to mention, Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable. He's a game-time decision, and last I checked, it is game time. So, we could pull it up over here and see if Karl-Anthony Towns will be available tonight. Joel Embiid is playing. Paul George is playing. They were listed as probable, so I'm just going to assume they're playing. I did not check. Joseph said, when do the playoffs start? The playoffs start in April. Usually the second to third week of April. Usually between the 14th and the 18th, around there. I can look up the exact date, but it's usually the second week of April. So we're a couple months off of it. The next big event is we got to get to the All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, we'll get through all the All-Star festivities. After the All-Star break, then we could start eyeing the end of the season. Raph said, Boston playing garbage. Garbage team. Yeah, they have a pretty light schedule coming up here. Raph Torres, Joseph, appreciate you guys. Sharon McLean, what's up, Sharon? George Person, appreciate you, George, of course. Albert, President Goomba, my man Joey DeLuca. Susan, of course. What's up, Susan? Okay, we got that pulled up. Let's pull up Karl-Anthony Towns updates. Joe said, Knicks need major changes in the offseason and before the trade deadline. That's a must. I don't know if they do, brother. I don't know if they do. Karl-Anthony Towns is available to play as of 8 minutes to go. So Karl-Anthony Towns will be playing here today. Okay, good, great. Thankful for that. The Knicks still have a healthy roster available to them. Even if everybody's not 100% healthy, they do have everybody available to play. Their usual 8 to 9 man rotation. Hopefully it's a 9-man rotation. We'll see if Yabusele gets some minutes today. The last time he played the Brooklyn game, people were pointing out that he only really got minutes because Robinson ended up picking a third foul in the first half, and so Mike Brown went over to Yabusele. We'll see if he'll be able to play after some cryptic tweets he put out the other day that he has since taken down. But we have some things going on. Raph said, I can't wait to see the game. I'm getting excited. This is a big barometer game for the Knicks, so they better come out like their hair's on fire like they did against the Brooklyn Nets. The defense needs to be on point. The offense needs to be smooth. Everybody needs to move the ball around. Everybody needs to be in attack mode. It's not just moving the ball around, because the Knicks can move the ball around all they want. But at the end of the day, if the ball's ending back up in Jalen Brunson's hands, guess what? He's going to start getting frustrated, and he's going to say, you know what? I ain't moving the ball no more. Just give me the ball. We're not going to move the ball around for 10 seconds for it to end up in my hands with 8 seconds to go. Just keep the ball in my hands. Let's run a simple pick and roll, and then I'll decide what to do from there, since y'all don't want to be aggressive. Since Mikal Bridges don't want to go to the basket and draw a foul. Since OG Anunoby don't want to attack the rim. Since Josh Hart ain't going to shoot the open threes. Fine, just give me the ball and get out of my way. So I need everybody to remain in attack mode. I need Landry Shaman, who's coming off a 6 for 6 from three-point range game against the Brooklyn Nets, to continue to do that. And you know what? We're starting to go through the plays. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start where we always start, and that's with the captain, Jalen Brunson. He is the captain of the team, right? He's the captain. So all blame, all glory falls onto these shoulders right here, JB. Whether you like it or not, whether it's deserved or not, it is always going to be your problem, or it is always going to be your praise how this team performs. Whether it's your fault or not that Karl-Anthony Towns is having a bad year, whether it's your fault or not that Mike Brown is having a good or bad year, whether it's your fault or not, whether your teammates are playing well, it is always going to be your fault. It will always fall on your shoulders. When you are the captain, this is the burden of a captain and the best player on the team. It kind of is what it is. So we can go over the stats. We know he's going to show up. We know he does what he does. We know he's a fringe MVP candidate. We know he's going to be on the All-NBA team. He's already been named as an All-Star starter. He don't even got to wait for the reserves, because we know what he's capable of on a night-to-night basis. That's not what the discussion is even about anymore. Now it's about your first real adversity as captain of the New York Knicks has come. How do you manage this? How do you right the ship? How do you direct the team in a positive way? How do you pull them out of this funk and this miasma? You need to be out there and being a leader. I don't care about the numbers, the box scores, the efficiency. All that stuff usually turns out really good looking for Jalen Brunson. So now I need to look at the leadership. What kind of leadership can you bring to this team right now? And we're going to leave it at that. Like I said, the counting stats, they are what they are. I need to see now, can you pull this team out of whatever funk that they're in? It was a good step against Brooklyn, but can you continue the good step? You need a win today. You're 0-2 against the Philadelphia 76ers, and they've been playing well. They just beat the Houston Rockets 2 days ago. We covered that game. They played extremely well that night. Karl-Anthony Towns, we just got word that he is available after being listed as questionable with back spasm. Back is really nothing you can mess with. So the fact that he is available is nice. The fact that he was on the injury report to begin with, not so much. We'll see how he moves today. Not expecting great things. So we're really going to be out there, give us as much as you can, but we're really going to be leaning on guys like Mitchell Robinson today, maybe even a Hug Porty, maybe even a Yabusele. But him being able to be available for them today is great, is glorious. Love to see it. Way to battle back, big dog. Something that is always under-discussed with Karl-Anthony Towns in terms of his toughness and whatnot is the fact that he seemingly is always trying to play through injury, which I very much appreciate. I very much appreciate that. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? On track, let's get ready to rumble. It will be a dogfight. It will be a close game to the end, or the Knicks will get blown out, right? This will be a tough, hard-fought, competitive battle, or the Knicks won't be able to keep up with an actual good team. Right? They got a nice cupcake game against the Brooklyn Nets, and they took full advantage of it. A franchise-setting night. A franchise record-breaking night. Now here against the 76ers, this is a good team right here. This is a good team right here. Ox 4, what's up, Ox? Giannis and Ja injured. Giannis and Ja are indeed injured. See how that affects the trade deadline. Karl-Anthony Towns, it's been well documented, all the struggles that he has gone through and everything we have discussed with Karl-Anthony Towns. Hopefully he shows up and plays well. That's all I got. We know all the struggles. We know the percentages. The biggest issue with Karl-Anthony Towns this year is that he's just not been good enough offensively. Whether that's Mike Brown's fault or Karl-Anthony Towns' fault, both of them deserve a piece of the blame pie here. But as the player, you just have to go out there and be better, man. You just got to go out there and be better. And we're going to leave it at that. We've gone through the rants. We've gone through all the reasons why and all the things. But at the end of the day, you just have to play better. You have to hit the play better button. Right? 3 weeks of this funk for the team should be more than enough for our two stars, Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, to put their Superman capes on and pull this team out of it. Drag their team out of the miasma that they're in. OG Anunoby, the dog, has gone under-discussed in terms of how disappointing he has been. He started the year on fire, in fuego, ready to go. He was lighting it up. He was averaging like 18 a game. The defense was impeccable. It was fantastic. And then he had, I believe it was a hamstring little injury that held him out for about 2 to 3 weeks or so. And then when he came back, he just wasn't all that great. He's thrown in some really good, nice performances here and there. But overall, it's been a really rough time for OG Anunoby, who's now 15.5 points. He's down to 36% from three. It's not looked good. He's not been all that dominant defensively whatsoever. And if you don't have a dominant OG Anunoby on the defensive side of the ball, your defense is going to take a huge hit because he's supposed to be the biggest factor in terms of you either being a bad defense or at the worst, a mediocre defense. And if OG Anunoby is just not getting it done, then this team is going to fall apart. He is the linchpin. We talk about it all the time when he's out with injury. He is the perfect puzzle piece. He makes everything make sense. And if he's just not going to show up and be the OG Anunoby we know he's capable of being, then this team is doomed. So, honestly, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh, all the things that we can complain about, I'm putting it all to the side. I'm looking at OG Anunoby to pick his game up. And it's got to start tonight. It's got to start tonight. You have Maxey, you have Paul George, you have Edge come out on the perimeter. Brother, don't let those dudes take advantage of you. They'll get their points, they'll score because they're all individually really good players. But don't let them take advantage of you the way teams have been taking advantage of you as of late. You are too good of a defender for teams to not be afraid of, oh, OG Anunoby switched on to me? All right, let me just cook real quick. That should not happen. OG Anunoby gets switched on to a player and they should be like, I got to get rid of the ball. That's not been happening these last couple of weeks. So I need him to dig out of whatever kind of down spur he's in right now. Because it ain't good enough, and it's hurting the team far more than Karl-Anthony Towns is hurting the team right now. Jorge said the 76ers, they got a good squad, so anything's possible. Anything is possible. This is a really tough game for the Knicks. Like I said, this is either going to be a tough game down to the wire for the Knicks, or they're going to get blown out by the 76ers. One of those two things are happening. I don't see the Knicks blowing out the 76ers. I hope I'm wrong. Sharon McLean said, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? It's supposed to, Sharon. It's supposed to. Or it's going to make guys wither away, crawl into a corner, and then all of a sudden the season's going to be terminated a lot sooner than we had hoped. Oda Austin said, this team doesn't let me down. For the most part, yep. For the most part, these last 2.5, 3 weeks has definitely been a letdown. Right? The way they have not responded has definitely been a letdown. They responded against Brooklyn Nets. Hopefully that response continues and it's not a one-time thing. Mikal Bridges, what can we say about Mikal Bridges that we haven't already said? Shoot a free throw, and I'll start saying positive things about you, Mikal. Get to the foul line for free throws, actually going to the basket. Don't even give me landing violation fouls. Don't give me those. Actually go into some contact and draw a foul before I start saying anything positive about Mikal Bridges again. Or take up the defense again. At one point, 15, 20-ish games into the season, and I know that was early. It was still early sample size area, but he was averaging 2 steals and a block. My man's down to 1.6 and 0.9. Where is the ball pressure? Where is the ability to get into the passing lanes been? Where has it been, Mikal? Where's the activity defensively been? MBM, what's up, MBM? Josh Hart is coming back from the ankle injury and probably a lot sooner than he should have. He rushed back early with the ankle injury to help us pick up a victory against the Portland Trailblazers on the West Coast trip. And then after a couple of games, he had to sit out again with more ankle soreness. So we know he's not 100%. He rushed back initially with the ankle injury. He had to sit out with a little bit of a setback. Then he rushed back again before he was fully healthy because of the absolute embarrassment that was the Dallas Mavericks game. And so I'm going to give him a slight pass here. But brother, having limited ankle mobility does not equate to stop shooting three-pointers. Continue to shoot them with the confidence you were shooting them with to start the year, and everything will be all right, big dog. Everything will be all right. But you got to be able to knock down the three-point shot, especially considering you're in the starting lineup over Deuce McBride, even though a lot of people like me want Deuce McBride in the starting lineup over Josh Hart. I get the fragile egos of these men in the locker room. It's so fragile that it might not be worth pulling Josh Hart out of the starting lineup at this point. But if you're going to be in the starting lineup, continue to give us the things you've always given us, which is great, and I appreciate you for that. But if you can't do this on decent volume, you got to go back to the bench. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's more beneficial to have McBride in the starting lineup than it is to have Josh Hart in the starting lineup. That does not mean I want Josh Hart not playing. I still want Josh Hart playing 25 to 30 minutes a night, but not to the point where it's going to hurt the overall starting lineup to have Josh Hart out there because, again, limited ankle mobility rushing back from the injury has really hurt his defense after I thought he was having a really great defensive year. But the last couple of games has not been so. It's not been so for sure. Trevor said McBride's a really good player. He is. He's awesome. He is. Jay Hammer said, is Dylan Jones going to get minutes? No, he is not. The ankle might indeed be affecting his shot. It shouldn't. He's a standstill three-point shooter. It should not be affecting his shot at all. Stop hesitating on open threes. MBM said, we're steady over here. Home road game. Let's get it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a road game, but it also kind of might be a home game here tonight. Deuce McBride. I got nothing but great things to say about Big Deuce. He's been phenomenal. Well over 40 from three-point range. Hovering around 44. He's been phenomenal. Point of attack defense is great. Three-point shooting is great. He's been a little bit better inside the arc. He's also getting to that mid-range shot a little bit more often, which I also like, mixing in a little bit other avenues to score outside of just three-point shooting, especially since he's building up a great reputation as a three-point shooter. They're now running him off the line. So getting to that mid-range area and knocking it down is great. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? Is Cat playing? Cat is available to play today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So nothing negative to say about Deuce McBride. Keep it going, big dog. Keep it going. We see what you're doing out there. Mike Brown, get him to 30 minutes. Get him hovering around 30 minutes. They need him. Mitchell Robinson, also not a ton of negative things to say about him. Mitchell Robinson, through the funk, has been one of the most consistent guys on the team. He's attacking the glass. His defense is continuously getting better and better and better as the season goes on. The scoring's actually ticking up a little bit as they're actually finding him on rolls to the rim a little bit here. It's been fantastic. It's been a fantastic season for Mitchell Robinson. I know it's frustrating with all the load management stuff, but either way, when he's out there, boy, oh boy, is it like, oh yeah, there's playoff Mitch. There's the guy who has saved our season and our Hines multiple times through playoff series. So nothing real negative to say about Big Mitch. My favorite player on the team. Landry Shamet is in the starting lineup. Not in the starting lineup. My bad. I don't know why I said that. Landry Shamet is back from injury, and since he's been back, he's been great. He's been great. He's had like one kind of down game. Nobody played well against Mavericks. I'm trying to erase that from my memory. But over 40% from three. He was 6 for 6 from three-point range. He was 6 for 6 from three-point range against the Brooklyn Nets. Hopefully he can continue that shooting here today against the Philadelphia 76ers. We have talked relentlessly, especially since he went down with the injury, how actually important he is to this team with his point of attack defense and his three-point shooting. Kind of another McBride out there. Him being 6'5" is also great because it gives him a little bit more size for a team that definitely is on the much, much smaller side at the guard position. So Landry Shamet actually being back is great. It's great. Nothing negative to say about Big Landry since he's been back. Oxford said, how was the game in the arena? The Mavericks game? It was awful. It was truly horrendous. The game was horrendous. I had a good time, but the game was horrendous. Jordan Clarkson, JC, seems to be out of the rotation. And deservedly so. He's not been good. He's too much of a roller coaster offensively. The defense has been pathetic. And if you're not going to give us scoring off the bench, we can't have you out there in three-guard lineups where you are the worst defender. You just got to be better if you want playing time. And it seems like he's on the outside looking in. And we'll see what the Knicks decide to do come trade deadline time. Same sentiments applied to Gershon Yabusele, who for the majority of the year has been on the outside looking in. He has been out of the rotation for the most part. He is a fringe rotation guy. He sometimes plays, especially against Brooklyn. They got into a little bit of foul trouble. Mike Brown went to Yabu, and he was solid. He was fine. He grabbed some rebounds, played some solid defense. The issue is that he just has not been in good enough shape and has not played well. He just flat out has not played well, right, when he has gotten opportunities. And so Mike Brown has had no real choice but to kind of move on from him in the rotations. I feel like his game was starting to round out, right? He had a really good game against the Clippers, and then he was out for 2 or 3 games. And then when he came back, he was back to kind of being a dud out there. So the Knicks in this funk, Mike Brown is just kind of crunching the rotation down. He's like, okay, if y'all on the bench don't want to step up, I'm going to lean into the starters a little bit more here. Now, hopefully, that pays dividends down the stretch. Jamer said, lost big to Dallas, won big over Brooklyn, lose small to Philly as expected. Can't expect that. The Knicks are too good of a team. At least they should be too good of a team. but they have not shown that, right? If the Knicks lose today, they are on the verge of dropping down to the 5 or 6 seed, right? Philly's 24-19, the Knicks are 26-18. So Joseph Kolek has been a little quiet since Christmas. Not a little. Speaking of, not a little quiet. Tyler Kolek's also not been very good since the Christmas Day game. He's had 2 good performances wearing the Knicks jersey, kind of 3.5-ish, right? When Jalen Brunson sat out after the Cup game, Tyler Kolek was solid against Minnesota. He was solid against the Pacers. He obviously had the Spurs game for the Cup championship, and then he had the Christmas Day game. So he's had 4 games where he's had actually really good, impactful minutes for the New York Knicks. And since then, kind of nothing. Comes into the game, and it's kind of nothing. Every now and again, nice pass, good playmaking, maybe one good defensive play, staying in front of a guy and whatnot. But for the most part, wholly ineffective, not impacting the game enough. And again, you get into the point here where the team is performing so badly that you can't just throw guys out there and hope they play well. You have to go with guys who you know are going to provide something. We get the Philly. Philly is a problem. They are giving teams hell all season. Maxey, 30, 4.5, 6.7. He is reaching superstars level. He is a star knocking on the door superstardom, like a Jalen Brunson, like a Cade Cunningham, guys like that. Maxey, 2.1 steals. He's also a blur out there, so he's jumping passing lanes. He's getting steals. He's getting out on the fast break. 47 from the field, almost 40 from the three-point line, 88 from the free throw line. This man is a demon all over the court, a true 3-level scorer either out of the mid-range, threes, deep 4-level scorer maybe even, right? Deep threes, regular threes, off the dribble threes, mid-range, deep mid-range, anywhere out of the mid-range, floater area, at the rim. He's a great finisher, can get himself to the foul line. Excellent basketball player all over the place. Oh, by the way, he's under 3 turnovers a game. So this is why, like, we covered the Pistons game as they played the Rockets last night, and some people were in the chat talking about, oh, well, you gotta cut Cade Cunningham some slack, even though he's averaging about 4 turnovers a game because of how often he handles the ball. Maxey handles the ball just as much as anybody else in the league, and he's under 3. He's at 2.5 turnovers. You just have to make smarter decisions. You have to be better with the basketball in your hands. You just got to be better all around, right? This is why you can't cut anybody slack with their turnovers. Anything over 3.5 is crazy. Over 3, I'm looking at you sideways. Under 3 is where you want to be. And that's where Tyrese Maxey has been for the majority of his career. And then especially as he's ascending to the star/superstar level. Under 3 is exactly where you want to be, and he's at 2.5. Fantastic for Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid is, you want to talk about a guy rounding in the form? Joel Embiid is getting healthier and healthier and healthier, and he's looking significantly better. Gentle Goyim Jodo, what's up, Gentle? TJ Maxx. Maxey's been phenomenal. Joel Embiid, 24.2 points, 7 boards, 3.3 assists. He actually has been rebounding it a little bit better as of late, too. Had a really phenomenal game against the Houston Rockets. We'll see how he holds up here tonight. He had a triple-double against the Rockets, and he took Şengün Ünsal. Completely took him out of the game. Karl Anthony Towns, he is playing, so he's going to have his hands full here today. Mitchell Robinson's going to have his hands full here today. 0.6 steals, 1.1 blocks, 3 turnovers. Too high. Only 26% from 3. The only real downfall for Joel Embiid right now is the fact that he doesn't have a great, he's not a great lateral mover right now. Can't really explode off the ground anymore. 26% from 3 is the thing holding him back from his game right now because he doesn't really want to attack the basket too hard because of the knee injuries over the year and kind of the knee injuries he's been dealing with since he's come back. And also the fact that the mid-range game is so strong, you would think he'd be able to spread it out to the three-point line, but the three-point shot has not come around to the level that he needs it to come around to in order to be a true 3-level scorer right now. People are trying to keep him out in the three-point line, but he's just eating up that space, walking to the mid-range shots, and that's exactly what he should be doing. He's been phenomenal. The Knicks are going to have their hands full tonight trying to deal with him. David M. said, Cat needs to go right at Embiid today. Just got to play smart. Paul George has quietly had like a really great season. Now he's getting paid to be a star/superstar in this team, and he is not going to be that at all. I think he's past that point of his career at 35 years old. It's a terrible contract to have. But listen, if we just strip the contract away and we say, okay, we got Paul George on this team, how he's been playing, I think he's been phenomenal. He's taken so many steps back and has done it gracefully and extremely well this year. And as far as I know, hasn't complained at all about his role. He's essentially just a 3-and-D guy on this team, right? He plays really good defense, and he shoots threes, Occasionally the ball will swing to him and he's got to make a play. But outside of that, he's very comfortable just kind of being a fourth option kind of guy. Whether they're playing through Maxey or Embiid, or they bring Grimes off the bench, they play through him, or they're playing through like a VJ Edgecombe or guys like that. And Paul George will just stand on the wing or stand in the corner and just be like, I'm open if you guys need me. I'm open. I'm here. I'll stand here if that's all you need me to do. I'll stand here. And he's been phenomenal at that. 16 a game, 5 rebounds, 3.7 assists. 42% from the field is obviously not good. 37% from the field from three-point range is solid. Solid. We know what he's capable of. And 86 from the foul line is always good. He's got a sweet stroke from three-point range from the perimeter as a shooter. And he's had, to me, a very underrated, really solid season. We get over to VJ Edgecombe, the super rookie this season. He's been phenomenal. Killed the Knicks the last 2 times they played them. Mostly because he gets the Brunson matchup and he just uses his size, his athleticism, his quickness to just take full advantage of that Brunson matchup. They put him into their offense, their offensive system. Rather than running Maxey and Embiid 2-man games, they'll run Maxey and Edgecombe 2-man games, and they'll just tell Brunson, you're going to have to guard. You're going to have to guard these 2 dynamic guards here. And they took full advantage of it, and Maxey and Edgecombe just killed the Knicks the first 2 meetings that they had. Now, granted, those were on the second night of back-to-backs. Hopefully here tonight, the Knicks are more ready to go, and Brunson has a better matchup against those 2 guys. We get to Quinn Grimes. Once a Knick, always a Knick, Quinn Grimes. I would love to see him in orange and blue at some point in his career again, hopefully before he ages out of his prime. But 14 a game, 4 boards, almost 4 assists, just to do-it-all kind of guard off the bench, really solid defense. Efficiency is okay. It's not great. 43% from the field, 35.5% from three-point range. It's okay. Not great, but it's okay. Quinn Grimes has been really solid all year for a guy off the bench. He'll be in the conversation for 6th man of the year. I don't know if he'll win it, but his name should definitely come up in that conversation. Kelly Oubre is back from injury. He is a huge part of this team. He had a phenomenal, dominant game against the Houston Rockets. Hopefully the Knicks match up with him a little bit better between Bridges and Anunoby tonight and Josh Hart. But 14 a game, 4.6 boards, 1.3 assists. He had over 20 against the Rockets. He's a 3-and-D guy. But I did write down here Oubre is a wild card. His size makes him versatile, but his inconsistencies keep him as a role player, right? Keeps his role limited. So he'll be in the starting lineup for them tonight. But depending on how the game goes, he may be subbed out quickly for a guy like Quentin Grimes. We'll see. Jared McCain is just out of the rotation now, which is really unfortunate for him. The second-year guard had a really, really great start to his rookie campaign last year before going down with an injury. And since coming back, he just has not fit onto this team. There really is no room for him between Maxey and Edgecombe and Grimes. And they just don't have room for Jared McCain anymore. And it's really unfortunate. And a really smart team should come along and scoop him up, right? Should not have a ton of value around the league right now, considering the fact that he can't even crack their rotation. Like in negotiations, they'll just any team trying to snag Jared McCain will just be like, listen, if he was good, he'd be in your rotation. The fact that he's not in your rotation, I'm not giving you a whole lot for him. So it's best for him, and it's probably best for Philly long term if they just move off of him. But at the same time, they do have this situation with Quinn Grimes in the offseason who's going to be a free agent. So they may just have to weigh their options. But at the end of the day, he's not playing well even when he has gotten an opportunity. So really unfortunate situation for Jared McCain here. Jensen said, all these rookies are good. It is a crazy rookie class for sure. Justin Edwards, now that the team is fully healthy, is also no longer in the rotation. Now that Kelly Oubre is back, they have not seen Justin Edwards in a while. Adem Bona has just fully won out the backup center minutes behind Embiid. And he's just a really great classic rim-running energy big. Him versus Mitchell Robinson is going to be really fun and really entertaining. He usually has a really great impact on the game, even though his counting stats are pretty low. His impact is usually very much well felt. Kamia Lightborn, what's up, Kamia? W33, what's up, W? Grimes will go off. Definitely has the capability of doing so. Kareem Grant, what's up, Kareem? Justice's dad, what's up, Justice's dad? Andre Drummond is also no longer really a part of the rotation when fully healthy. Adem Bona gets the backup center spots, but I'm going to keep him on here because who told Andre Drummond he could shoot threes? One of my favorite storylines in the NBA is the fact that Andre Drummond has suddenly learned how to shoot threes and is shooting them with relative volume, like pretty decent volume, with pretty decent efficiency. He's down to 36%. He was hovering around 40 for the longest. He's now down to 36. But he had that one game where he knocked down 4 straight threes against the Knicks, and I'll just never forget it. For as long as I live, I'll never forget it. Young on, what's up, Young? And then the last guy we're going to talk about is Dominic Barlow. Dominic Barlow is their starting power forward. Doesn't play a ton of minutes, usually around 20-ish. He'll play, but he's also a really good energy big. Although he might be out of the starting rotation now with Kelly Oubre back. We'll have to see who they start. But Dominic Barlow, really good energy big, comes into the game or starts the game and just brings a ton of energy, right? A little bit of a limited offensive guy in terms of like doesn't really stretch the court from three. Doesn't really have an in-between game, is an okay finisher at the rim, only 55%. But his energy, his defense, his versatility, the fact that he plays extremely hard every single night is the thing that has kept him in this rotation. At only 22 years old, really good quality young player to have on your team to continue to develop. And for him to give you the kind of spark that he's given you this year is really good, really good. And with that being said, that is going to end our pregame rundown here. We have about 5 more minutes or so before we get to the tip-off, y'all. We can take a look at the rest of the NBA slate we have here. Jason, what's up, Jason? Getting bit outdoors? What's up, Getting? Why did DraftKings cancel the Knicks versus Philly slate? No idea, brother. No idea. So we had one game already end, and that is the Hornets versus Wizards. We have the Warriors versus Timberwolves game postponed because of the situation going on in Minnesota. Wishing everybody safety. Camilla said, hit the like, everyone. Appreciate you, Camilla. Reminding everybody to hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up button and like the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. It is by far the best thing you can do to help support the community, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Always. So our first game is going to be Knicks versus 76ers. Then we're going to have a bit of a break. We are going to cover later tonight the Cavs taking on the Magic. We should have about an hour in between the ending of our game here, the Knicks versus 76ers, and the start of the next game, which is the Cavs versus the Magic. So we're going to double dip today. And if we really wanted to get crazy, the other game we could possibly do would be Heat versus Jazz, but I don't think that's going to end up being a very good game. Maybe the score will be close, but honestly, just not all that interested in watching the Jazz play. Joey DeLuca, my man President Goomba. What's up, Joey? Alexis? What's up, Alexis? Hope this team continues to shoot the ball and score like the last game. You asked for 20. You got 50. Very true. Very true. Now, that was a really bad team who played really poorly. Hopefully, they continue their good play here tonight against a really good team, against the Philadelphia 76ers. David M. So let's get back to third. Yeah, the Knicks have technically fallen to the 4th spot in the standings here in the East. The Raptors have jumped up to the 3rd, but the Knicks are 1 game ahead of them in the loss column. To me, that's more than looking at the game's back number. To me, I look at the loss column. This early in the year, halfway through it, you can't look at the game's back section because teams have played there's such a variance in terms of the amount of games played between two teams. Or all the teams around the league, that you have to look at the loss column. Where do they stand in the loss column? The Knicks have 1 less loss than the Raptors. That's all I really care about right now. Jason said, watching the Jazz play guarantees you some high-powered offense from at least one team. True. Either the Jazz are going to get smoked and ran out of the gym and lose by 40, or the Jazz are going to have like an excellent game and shock you. For sure. For sure. Jason said, Hornets been a good team. They have. They've been solid. They're 18-28 now. They're climbing their way out of the dregs of the league. They might make a play-in run. Atlanta's not too far away, man. They're not too far away. They still got some ground to make up, but they're not that far away. Celtics-Bulls is also the other interesting game on later today. The Celtics played a double overtime game against the Brooklyn Nets last night, so we'll see how that affects them here tonight against the Bulls. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's do this. Also, let me look for a water. I did not bring a water down with me. I'm going to have to rock with my energy drinks here tonight. unfortunately. Well, we are doing a back-to-back game, so I should probably drink it anyway. Jensen said the league is going to be so different in 5 years. I mean, you could say that for any 5-year stretch. The league is incredibly different now than it was in 2020. So much talent and crazy talent. And this next draft is about to be even crazier, Gentle. You know, this next draft is all supposed to be ridiculous. Barlow is coming off the bench. They are starting Oubre, of course. As I spill my drink all over me. B33 party. What's up, party? How Deuce and Josh OG McHale match up with Edgecombe and Maxey is the biggest thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. The issue is that who do you have Brunson guard, right? So they have been putting him the first 2 games matched up with the rookie Edgecombe, and Edgecombe and the 76ers have just burned him every single time in that matchup. David said, we got a first-round pick this year, right? Yes, we do, David. Yes, we do. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Here we go, getting ready for the tip-off. Really important game for the Knicks. They need to show out and give a good performance and probably get the win. Bridges steals the tip after Embiid won it, and the Knicks had the first possession. They get over to Towns, hands it back off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left off the Towns screen, driving it down, spins, has nowhere to go, so he kicks out to Towns for a deep left wing 3, and he gets us started off in the right foot. Yes, sir, Big Towns, I love it. I love it. 3-0. Embiid has it up top, being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Maxey, coming to his left of the screen. Bridges chasing to get it in the corner to Edgecombe over Josh Hart. Comes up short, long rebound. Hart able to recover it. Quick outlet to Bridges. I guess Brunson's getting the start on Oubre. Interesting. Anunoby driving it down. Nash dribble under the rim, pulls it all the way back out. Gets it out to Brunson. Wide open left corner 3. Good manipulation. And Brunson knocks it down. 2 for 2 from 3 to start. I love it. I'm loving it. That's how you get us started. Edgecombe has it on the right wing, coming to his right. Gets it over to Embiid. Catches it on the run, down the lane, layup. Gets the layup to go over Anunoby and Towns. That's solid defense, although they did give up a straight line drive to Embiid. Bridges driving it down, leans in, fall away baseline jumper, can't get it to go. Towns comes flying in for the rebound, but his foot does land out of bounds, and the ball's going to go back to Philly. I do like the effort, though. It's nice to see Towns play a little aggressively like that after he's questionable with back spasms. Maxey coming to his left, dancing around the Embiid screen, coming to his right, picks up his handle, gets it over to Embiid. He's going to look to attack Towns off the bounce now. Foul line pull-up jumper, comes up short, but gets a friendly bounce off the front of the rim as it rolls over. That's definitely, he's been killer with that mid-range shot, but it's a much better option to keep Embiid on the perimeter shooting mid-range shots than allow him to get to the rim. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns being guarded by PG. It's Bridges comes to the rim, scoop layup, nice and easy for Mikal Bridges. Beautiful pass from Towns and good offense from the Knicks overall. 8-4 here, back and forth affair. Here comes Embiid, bringing it down. Embiid hands it off to Maxey. He has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Coming to his left, driving it down, steps back. Double step back over Towns. Got it to go as the switch was a little late. Either you got to stick with them, Bridges, or Towns, you got to switch earlier than that. Brunson up top coming to his left. Brunson's barely touched the ball to start the game. He tried to split the double team. Gets tripped up a little bit, no foul call. Bad decision for Brunson. Embiid down the lane, goes up, loses the handle on the ball, but right into the hands of VJ Edgecombe for an easy layup. And Philly takes a 1-point lead. Brunson bringing it down the other way. This is going to be a back and forth affair all night long. Philly will not get blown out. The Knicks, it's definitely possible for them to get blown out, though. We've seen it. Brunson hands it off to Bridges. Bridges attacking to his right, pulls it out, has it up top, attacking Edgecombe off the bounce, stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart swings it out to Anunoby. He's going to set his feet and fire from 3, and he's going to knock it down from 3. The 3-point shooting, very, very strong here to start the game. 9 minutes to go in the first. Maxey blows past Bridges, now has it in the mid-range. They shovel it out to Embiid. They swing it out to Oubre, now over to Paul George. Extra pass to Edgecombe, back up top to Oubre, an open 3 over Brunson as he tries to recover. He can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. We're pushing it the other way. 11-9. Josh Hart putting his head down, runs right past Embiid to the basket. Scoop layup. Got it to go. And the foul over Joel Embiid. Yes, sir, Big Josh. Yes, sir. Josh Hart to the foul line for one more. I'm loving the start for the Knicks here tonight. Offense is looking fantastic. MBM said, we're not getting blown out, Sheppy. We're not playing. They better not, brother. They better not. They have to rebuild the trust. I've lost so much trust in this team. right? I got a little bit of trust left, but they have to rebuild it back. Josh Hart to the foul line for one more free throw. Josh Hart knocks down the first one. I mean, his only one. And now Edgecombe will bring it down. 8:50 to go. They get it up top to Embiid. Hands it off to Maxey. Coming to his left off the handoff. Town switched on to him. He crosses over to his right all the way to the rim scoop layup. Got it to go. Anunoby got to get over there quicker and force him to kick it out or something. You can't give him a wide open layup at the basket. You know Towns is going to get blown by. Towns is going to put his head down and drive here to the basket, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, and a foul on Paul George will send Towns to the foul line. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Oh, and he's holding his back. Don't love that. Don't love that. He walks gingerly holding that back. David M. said Towns needed to hear he's not getting traded. I didn't like to see Towns holding that back, man. I don't like to see that. They put up the graphic. He is definitely shooting a career low from the field, 47%, as Towns misses the first free throw. It's been a career down year from on offense for Karl-Anthony Towns, which is an issue. His defense has actually been a little bit better than his offense. The advanced statistics have pointed out that Towns has been okay defensively this year. He's not been great, but he's been okay. He's been solid. Whereas offensively, he's kind of been a bit of a disaster. Towns does at least knock down the second one. We'll take it. 15-11. Philly bringing it down the other way. Edgecombe has it up top, and they get over to Embiid. Hands it off to Maxey. Bridges chasing. Gets down the lane. They swing it around Paul George out of the corner over Anunoby. Way off on that one. Bridges comes over for the rebound. We're pushing it down the other way. Bridges has it on the left wing. Being guarded by Oubre. Bridges coming to his right. Takes it over to Josh Hart. Extra pass to Brunson. Brunson out of the right corner. Pump fakes. Driving it down in the lane. Throws up the floater. Got it to go for JB. Nice drive and finish from Jalen Brunson against Paul George right there. Here comes Maxey quickly trying to push the other way. Josh Hart forced to pick up. Coming to his right. Now coming to his left on the rescreen from Embiid. Stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Embiid, fires the deep three over Anunoby, and splashes it nothing but net. You kind of want Embiid shooting threes. He's sub 30 from three-point range, so you're just going to have to live with that pick and pop right there. Good contest from Anunoby. Dared him to shoot it, but didn't give him the open look. They swing it out to Josh Hart. He's going to pump fake. Gets into the lane. Gets it down low to Towns. Layup. Can't get it to go, but he does get fouled by Paul George, and that's 2 fouls on Paul George. Towns will go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Absolutely love that we're looking for Towns inside. Love that he's being aggressive. Love that he's already drawn 2 fouls. Gentle said, have to admit I'm rooting for the Sixers this year. It's a fun team to follow. Unfortunately, Gentle, I really like a lot of the players on Philly. Obviously, I hate Philadelphia as a team. I hate the 76ers, but I love Edgecombe. I love Maxey. Big fan of Quinn Grimes. And I can't root for them. I really like Barlow. I like Adembona. I wanted the Knicks to draft him. But, you know, they play for Philly. They wear a jersey that says Sixers over the cross of their chest. I can't root for that. But I really like their players. Towns knocked down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. He does knock down both free throws. There you go. Paul George will remain in the game. Gentle said, I'm from Milwaukee, so I'm free. It is a freeing feeling. Edgecombe gets it over to Paul George. Paul George mid-range jumper comes up short. Towns with the rebound. Quick outlet to Josh Hart. Josh Hart in the air. Kicks it over to Bridges. Open right wing 3 in transition. In and out halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. Embiid with the rebound. 19-14 here. Over 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Embiid hands it off to Paul George. Being chased by Anunoby. They get it over to Embiid. Embiid in the mid-range being guarded by Towns. Embiid dancing with it. Leaning in. Stop. Half spin. Spins again. Has it in the post. Backing down Towns. Great defense from Towns. Fall away one-legged jumper. Comes up short. And a late foul call on Karl-Anthony Towns. Brother, that was perfect defense. That was pitch-perfect defense until the very last second. That was pitch-perfect defense, Towns. Embiid in the post. Force him into a one-legged fall-away jumper. And he just barely grazes the wrist. Come on, Big Towns. MBM said BS call. We could call it a BS call all we want. He does make contact with the wrist on the follow-through. You can't lean forward like that. You just got to go straight up and trust. And just trust that you play good defense. You forced him off balance. He's got to shoot a fall-away foul line jumper. You just got to trust that he's going to miss it. If he makes it, it is what it is. Good shot. Great offense is always going to be great defense. Or most of the time, it's going to be great defense. Just trust that you played great defense there. You don't have to get the block shot on the jump shot. Just force the miss. Just force the miss. And if he makes it, he makes it. Zumba Rosie, what's up, Zumba? Towns bounding and astounding. He's playing very well. Playing very well to start. I love it. The Knicks overall are playing very well to start. Embiid knocks down his first free throw. He's got one more coming. Prashant Singh, what's up, Prashant? I'm watching all the way from India. Please give me a shout out. What's up, Prashant? Embiid knocks down both free throws. 19-16. It's a 3-point game. Towns has it up top. Gets it over to Brunson. He's being guarded by Oubre. Has it. Mid-post. Being guarded by Oubre. He's going to back him down. Lean in. Step back. Fall away jumper. Oh, my goodness. JB said 6'8". Don't matter to me. It don't matter if you 6'8". And I'm only 6 feet tall. I'm still going to step back on you and knock down the mid-range jumper out of the post. Maxey has it up top. He's being guarded by Bridges. They swing it over to Oubre. He's being guarded by Brunson. Crosses over to his right. Leans in. Spins. Puts up the floater. Good defense. Good defense, Knicks. Brunson doesn't give him the easy lane. Forces a tough floater, and he just misses. There you go. If he knocked it down, he would have knocked it down. Brunson to pull up three off the screen. Can't get that one to go. Good boxing out from Philly, and Embiid able to walk into an easy rebound. Maxey gets it over to Embiid. Full head of steam. Driving it down against Towns. Has it in the mid-range. Pump fake. Kicks it out to Oubre. Oubre back to Embiid. Embiid's feeling it. Lobs it over the top to Oubre. Hop step in the paint. Throws it up, falling down. Gets the and one floater as the Knicks are called for a foul. He's going to go to the foul line for one more. You're going to foul him, don't give him the shot. Great pass from Embiid, great manipulation. The Knicks too concerned about Embiid. Allow him to attack. Allow him to have the ball in his hands. Josh Hart helping out too much. Oubre easily cuts back door on him. And then who picked up the foul? Josh Hart ended up picking up the foul. So Josh Hart, bad defense all around. Bad defense all around. David M said, JB and Cat playing some decent defense. Playing some solid defense. It's got to come for your leaders, right? It's got to come for your leaders. Victor Rivera, what's up, Victor? From Colombia, what's up, Victor? Gento said, but I love watching the Knicks. They're exciting. They haven't been as exciting as of late, but hopefully they can get back to that. Prashant said, who will win the match? I don't know, brother. That's why we watch it. Jason said, I want my 40-point quarter right now. Knicks have 21 halfway through. So they're on pace. They're on pace for another 40-point quarter. We haven't had one in a while. Didn't even have one against the Nets. They had a 38-point quarter. As close as they've gotten. Gento said a good Knicks team is good for the NBA. It is. Every time the Knicks play on like a big event day, like the Christmas Day game or the opening night slate, or the MLK Day game, even though that was a blowout against the Mavericks, it was still the most watched game of the MLK Day slate. So the Knicks, definitely, when the Knicks are good, it's good for the league. They garner the most attention out of anybody. Prashant said, I'm really a fan of Golden State. Unfortunately, their game was postponed here today against the Minnesota Timberwolves, so no Golden State tonight. MBM said, great pass by their big man. Yeah, Embiid, it was a great pass. Josh Hart helping out too much. Embiid is out by the three-point line. You don't need to hedge over and help. You don't need to be in help side. Just stand there. Just stand there. Just stand there. Why are you inching over closer to Embiid, who has it on the right wing out by the three-point line with Towns standing in front of him in good defensive position? You don't need the it's just bad. That's just bad recognition of where you are on the court. Allows Kelly Oubre to easily cut back door on you. Embiid throws a nice lob pass over the top of him. Now you put yourself in a bad position. You end up picking a foul and giving him the layup anyway. Benzino said, Chevy would be a wonderful basketball coach? Absolutely not. I'd be terrible. I'd be a terrible basketball coach. I would be terrible. I think I'd be a pretty decent assistant coach. I don't think I'd be a good head coach. I think I'd be a decent assistant coach. Kent Underwood, what's up, Kent? He said, me too, lots of players on the 76ers, but my team is the Knicks. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Because I really like Maxey. I love Maxey. But obviously I can't root for the 76ers, nor do I even want to root for the 76ers. If he was wearing any other jersey in the league, except for a Philly jersey or a Philly, Miami, or Detroit. Those three teams right now. If you're wearing any other jersey besides that, I can root for you. I can root for your success. But because those three teams I just have inherently a built-in hatred of. Detroit, not so much, just because we played them last year in the first round, and now they're the best team in the East, one of the best teams in the league, record-wise. Now, I can't root for them, but, like I love Cade Cunningham, I love Jalen Duren, I love a lot of the guys on that team, but obviously I can't root for them. I root for the Knicks. Blockiana with the Blockiana. Big game. Let's get this. Hopefully. Oubre does miss the free throw. Ball don't lie, baby. Ball don't lie. Bridges has it up top. We have Yabusele, Robinson, and Shaman in the game, along with Bridges and Brunson. They get it over to Brunson. He's being chased by Edgecombe. Brunson in and out dribble. Dancing with it. Coming to his right of the Robinson screen. Driving it down in the lane. Stop. Hesitation. Scoop play with the left hand. Easy layup for JB. Beautiful manipulation off the screen from Robinson. And then a nice Gortat screen by Robinson at the end there to give Brunson the easy layup. 5:30 to go in this quarter. Maxey coming to his right, leaves it off for Embiid, gets a running lane to the basket, gets blocked by Robinson. Oh my goodness, Big Mitch. And then Landry Shamet throws it away. Easy dunk by Embiid on the other end. Come on, Shamet. Come on, brother. Bridges has it up top and they get it over to Robinson. Robinson fakes the handoff. Gets it over to Yabusele. Jab step, coming to his left. Gets it over to Brunson. Pull-up jumper out of the mid-range. Comes up short. Yabusele, the offensive rebound. Hands it back off to Brunson. Another corner three. And JB knocks that one down right there. JB is on one tonight. He's hooping. He is hooping. Knicks lead by 6, 26-20. We're under 5 minutes to go now. Embiid hits Maxey, come back door. He throws up the floater, and he gets it to go. Another beautiful pass from Joel Embiid. Knicks overplaying that Embiid matchup right now. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right for Robinson screen. In the mid-range, puts up the mid-range jumper, can't get it to go off the back rim. Robinson battling on the glass, but he can't knock it away. Maxey comes over and picks up the loose ball, hit ahead to Edgecombe for a 3 in transition, and he knocks it down. Mikal, brother, Mikal Bridges, big dog. It's a long 2 by Edgecombe. He had his toe on the line, fortunately for the Knicks, unfortunately for him. Brunson bringing it down against Edgecombe. He has it up top by the 3-point line. They get it over to Bridges. I don't like the game Mikal Bridges has played tonight offensively. I like that he's aggressive, but as he just turns the ball over, just puts it right in front of Oubre and he takes it out of his hands. I changed my mind. Don't like anything Mikal Bridges is doing tonight so far. They hand it off to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Embiid. Fakes the handoff. Embiid gets it over to Maxey. Maxey at the left corner. Pump fake jab step. Now coming to his right up the Embiid screen. Bridges chasing. Pull up 3 for Maxey. Comes up short. Embiid the offensive rebound. Gets blocked by Robinson again. And then he picks up the loose ball. Big Mitch has been fantastic so far. Yabusele will bring it down. They get over to Brunson. Brunson has it on the right wing. Coming to his left. Now he has it up top. Being guarded by Edgecombe, half spin, now coming to his left off the Robinson screen, hesitates, kicks it out to Yabusele. Yabusele has it. He's going to look to attack, loses the handle, saves it out to Bridges. Extra pass to Shamet, right corner 3, you got space, and Landry Shamet knocks it down on a helter-skelter play from the Knicks. All right. Landry Shamet, way to make up for it. Edgecombe has it, gets it up top to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Bridges, attacking to his right, stops, kicks it out to Embiid, straight away, pump fake, coming to his left, fakes the handoff, keeping it. And then Mitchell Robinson gets his hands caught in the cookie dart. Come on, Big Mitch. That's what Embiid does. Once you put your hand in there, he's just going to swing through and draw the foul. Come on, Big Mitch. We got to know this, big dog. .310 to go. Embiid at the foul line for 2. Jason said, Landry, baby, the consistency off the bench we need. Surprise, no Deuce McBride off the bench. Surprised we get Shamet, Mitch, and Yabusele before we see Deuce. Surprised by that a little bit. Embiid does knock down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Angel A1 Jerome, and what's up, Angel? Bridges has been a shell of himself compared to the beginning of the season. Yeah. I mean, the mid-range shot has been bad. And it's the only thing he takes regularly. The only thing he regularly takes are mid-range shots. And the mid-range shot is not going down. He's just been bad. Efficiency's been bad. Shot selection's been bad. Grimes, Maxey, Barlow, Oubre, and Embiid are in the game for Philly. McBride finally comes in for Bridges here. Embiid knocks down both. Anunoby is back in for Yabusele. And it is 29-26. McBride being guarded by Oubre. Oubre, some good pressure here. McBride up top, a lot of standing around. And then a foul. Foul on Maxey? Foul on Grimes. Off-ball foul on Grimes. There's really good pressure from Oubre there. pressuring McBride, who we know is a shaky ball handler. Oubre, a really good point of attack defender. Maybe not a really good point of attack defender, but a good point of attack defender. David M. said that OG dunk on Embiid will forever be burned in my memory. Yeah, I miss that version of OG. I miss that version of OG a lot. Mitchell Robinson has it up top. Oubre jumped the lane, almost comes up with the steal. Robinson dives on it, saves it over to McBride. McBride's got to get a shot up. He does with the shot clock winding down, misses it. Almost got the friendly bounce. Anunoby misses the tip. And then Embiid finally secures the rebound. And now here comes Maxey, shot out of a cannon, head to Grimes, pass fake, driving it down, and leaves it off for Embiid. Embiid to the rim and throws down a big one-handed hammer and fires up the crowd. It's a one-point game. Brunson bringing it down the other way. A lot of momentum being built for 76ers now. Embiid's up to 15. They swing it out to Shamet. Shamet on the left wing. He's going to attack to his right. Pump fake, steps through, leaves it off for Brunson, attacking to his left, stops, turns, spins. He's got Maxey on him, so he's going to back him down. Maxey pokes the ball loose. Brunson gets fouled by Maxey at the last second, as Brunson was definitely going to be falling out of bounds, and Maxey and Philly upset with the call, obviously. Prashant said Knicks are stronger than Philadelphia? I don't know if I'd go with that phrasing. Bruce Fowler said, Mikhail is one of the players you have to scream shoot from the bench. Yeah, and you can't have those players in the NBA. You have to be confident in your shot. The fact that he hesitates so much and his go-to shot, the only shot he is consistently able to take, are fall-away contested mid-range shots, is a bad look. It's just flat out a bad look. Larry Adams, what's up, Larry? Angel A. Wonder Roman said, I think Bridges touched the basketball in Space Jam, lost all his powers. It's just the mentality thing he has right now. I think he is far more concerned with his Iron Man streak than he is with actually making winning basketball plays. He doesn't want to go to the basket because he doesn't want to get hurt, because he doesn't want to miss games. It's a compounding issue with Mikal Bridges, where it's like you are actually actively hurting your basketball team. You're hurting your team and your teammates by not going to the rim stronger. Right? What does it matter if you play 82 games if for 30 of them you're a non-factor because you refuse to go to the rim? What is the issue? Reddy, what's up, Reddy? Agent, what's up, Agent? Is Cat playing? Karl Anthony Towns is indeed playing. He started the game. Wolf Cotto, what's up, Wolf? Y'all remember when Brunson was averaging 43 in the playoffs? Every year, brother. Every year he steps up. And then we start the next year and everybody forgets. Then we start the next year and everybody forgets what he did in the playoffs. Jason said he's never beating that streak anyway. He's barely even halfway to the record. Just play the game. I agree, Jason. It's already impressive that you've gotten to this point. Just stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. I am wholeheartedly believe, obviously I have no way of knowing this, but I just wholeheartedly believe that part of the reason he refuses to go to the rim is because he does not want the contact, because he does not want the variance of him possibly getting hurt. It's fundamentally against everything about playing basketball. Right? And he's been playing basketball since he was a child, right? I watched him in college in Villanova. I watched him in Phoenix, right? Go from a rookie off the bench to being finishing second in Defensive Player of the Year and being a huge part of that finals run with Phoenix. I watched him get traded to Brooklyn and become the number one guy and be decent at it. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years into his career, he's just going to the basket less and less and less and less. And that's the only reason I can think of for the reason for it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Frolian Moreno, what's up, Frolian? Happy to see you again, brother. Checking in, just turned the game on. Everyone stay safe. And warm, bad weather coming our way and towards you. Need you guys to beat the Sixers to give the Cavs more space. Absolutely, Frolian. We need to beat the Sixers just so we can stay in technically the 4 seed now, but so we could stay at least close to the 2 seed with the Celtics, who should have lost against the Nets the other night. Brunson's at the foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. It was a Knicks timeout, by the way. David M said, not going to lie, I kind of miss Campaign's positive presence on the bench, not this game, but his presence. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. I think you need a vibes guy. If Mikal Bridges is going to be bad at basketball, he's got to be a vibes guy. He's got to be a vibes guy. Brunson knocks down both, and Maxey will bring it down. He's being guarded by McBride. Maxey has it up top. Coming to his left. Bona is in for Embiid. Now they're going to look to play through Maxey more. Maxey has it in the mid-range. Step back, baseline pull-up jumper. Got it to go over McBride. Good defense, better offense. Under 2 to go. Brunson bringing it down. He's being guarded by Grimes. Hands it off to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Brunson back to Anunoby. Going to look to take Barlow off the bounce. Down the lane, kicks it out to Shamit. Pump fake, sidestep, 3 over Maxey. Got blocked by Maxey. And Robinson saves the air ball rebound. Kicks it out to Anunoby, who's standing on the sideline. Not even close to being in bounds. Don't know why Anunoby was out that far out of bounds. David Osh Jr., what's up, David? Maxey bringing it down, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left off the Oubre screen. Now coming off a bonus screen. Robinson forced to switch onto him. They kick it over to Grimes. A 3 over Shamit. Comes up short. Long rebound. Shamit able to pick it up. Landry Shamit will bring it down. Shamit coming to his left off a Robinson screen. They swing it over to Anunoby. Anunoby keeps it. Spins. Back into his right. Kicks it out to Shamit. Shamit catches it on the run. Gets to the mid-range pull-up jumper. Comes up short. And then Barlow with the rebound. Now here comes Philly. Hit ahead to Grimes. Grimes crosses over to his right. Tries to kick it out, and Brunson knocks it out of bounds. Good hands from Brunson. Would have been a wide-open 3 for Oubre. 55 seconds to go. Joe said, OG, bro. Wake up, brother. Wake up, OG. Where have you been, big dog? Where have you been, man? Has yet to score today. They get it over to Bona. They get over to Barlow. They hit Oubre wide open under the rim down low, and he gets the easy layup. As it looks like Shamit was matched up with him, got caught on a screen. And Philly retakes a 1-point lead, 45 seconds to go. Brunson up top being guarded by Oubre, coming to his right up the Robinson screen. Swings it out to Shamit. Shamit swings it over to Anunoby. Being guarded by Barlow, attacking to his left. Takes a bump, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to McBride. A right corner 3 for Deucey. There you go, Deuce McBride, right on time. Knocked me down from 3. They get it into Oubre. Oubre will bring it down. Good full court defense for McBride. Oubre has it up top. McBride is denying Maxey the ball. Oubre will hold on to it. They're going to hold it for as long as they can. Maxey telling them to relax. Coming to his left. They show 2. McBride jumps the lane, almost steals it. They get it out to Maxey. He's got a lane to the basket. He's going to drive it down. Gets caught in the air against Shamit. Floater can't get it to go, but they call the foul on Shamit. Maxey will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Lionel Monas, what's up, Lionel? JA3, what's up, Jay? How annoying is Embiid? He can be annoying. He can be very annoying. Rue Simpson, what's up, Rue? I've been a Knicks fan since 6 years old. I would just love to witness a championship in my lifetime. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Relic, what's up, Relic? I'm late, but I'm great. What's up? Close game. And then it's going to be a close game to the end. It's going to be a close game to the end. Gento said Kerr needs to give Kuminga to the Knicks. I'd love it. I'd love it. Maxey knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Prashant said, do you know about India or ever visited India? Don't know a lot about India. Never visited. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped in the 90s? Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Prime, what's up, Prime? Hornets game was good. It was a good game. Hopefully we get a full slate of good games today. Maxey knocks down both. We're tied at 34. Brunson's going to bring it down with 10 seconds to go. In and out dribble coming to his left. He's got space. Driving it down in the lane. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Pump fakes. One dribble in. Kicks it out. Shamit. Open corner 3. Line me up. Comes up short. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Okay. A back and forth affair. Good moments and bad moments. To be expected. You're hanging close with a really good, tough team in the Philadelphia 76ers. I like, for the most part, how the Knicks have played. Right? Got some gripes here and there, but that's going to happen over the course of a game. But I like the way they played overall. Wolf Cotto said, what are y'all doing if Bron comes to the Knicks? Well, he's not going to come to the Knicks. So don't even have to think about it. Nihil Dimitri with the very generous super chat. What's up, Nile? Appreciate you, brother. He said, hello, Chevy. Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, Nile. Yes, sir. MEM said, nice ball movement, though. Yeah, for the most part, the ball movement was nice. At least we started off right. Good first quarter. We're tied at 34. There's just, you're not going to blow out this Philadelphia team. They're really good. They're really deep, and their guys are playing really well right now, and they're healthy. Ivor Edwards, what's up, Ivor? You give the Knicks a B? Not bad. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Welcome back, brother. He said, I'm disappointed Tosan and Moma didn't work out with the Knicks. Thought he showed promise on the Nets last season. I'm with you. I'm disappointed. Yeah, maybe disappointed is the right word. I was disappointed that he never even really got a chance. Never, like Mike Brown never went to him at any point. And, I'm not going to be like, oh, you should have went to him, because I don't know. He was there at practices. He knows how he practiced. But I was just surprised, like, this team needs wings and size and defense, that Mwoma, who showed good promise with the Nets, like you said, Benzino, and he just never got an opportunity with the Knicks, even through the injuries that they had. So I was actually surprised that he never got an opportunity. Whereas McCullough got some, Diawara, we know, obviously got some, but surprised they never even tried Mwoma. Frolian said, would you guys take Jared Allen and Sam Merrill and a first rounder for Towns? Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not. You're crazy. Jared Allen? Brother, we are laughing at Jared Allen here in New York. We laugh at Jared Allen. We will maybe consider Ariel Hugporty for Jared Allen. Mr. Lights Are Too Bright, Jared Allen? Come on, man. Come on. The only way we would consider that is if the Knicks are tearing it all down. But we aren't. Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not. Jay said, Towns not going anywhere. Not anywhere, Jay. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Prashant said, I like Jalen Brunson. My guy. My guy. Nixon NYC. What's up, Nixon? Rue Simpson said, don't need a blowout just to win. Yeah, I don't think they are going to blow them out. But you just need to continue to build on the Brooklyn game and pick up a victory today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay Hammer said, maybe Mobley. Maybe we consider Mobley. David Osh Jr. said, Dink. We talked about it the other day, David. The report came out after the Knicks signed Dylan Jones that multiple teams have offered Dink Pate a two-way contract with their NBA team. And he's turned them all down. So I'd have to assume that the Knicks are one of those teams that offered him a two-way contract and he turned it down. Because apparently Dink Pate is trying to keep his amateurism alive. And if you sign an NBA contract, like a two-way contract, it is impossible for you to go back to college. Right now, he's trying to keep the hope alive that if he does decide to try and go back to college, he can. But I just sign the NBA contract, brother. Just be with the ball club full time. Start of the second quarter, Paul George gets to the mid-range, gets to the baseline and knocks down a mid-range jumper. The Knicks come out with McBride, Hart, Towns, Shamet, and Anunoby. And Philly comes out with Bona, Edgecombe, Grimes, Barlow, and Paul George. They hit Anunoby, come back door. They kick it out to Josh Hart. Extra pass to McBride. Extra pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to pump it. Great rotations from Philly. They get over to Towns, being guarded by Bona. He's going to blow past him to the rim. Layup. Got it to go. And another foul. Towns hits the floor and he's in pain. Towns hit the floor and he's in serious pain, holding his back. Yep. This is the concern about playing through pain. Get him out of the game. You're done for the night, brother. You're done for the night. I appreciate you trying to fight through it, brother, but you're done for the night. They do have 2 days off, but NBM said old man Towns. You can't mess around with the back. You can't. I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? Towns at the foul line. Does knock down the free throw. Still holding the back. Don't love it. Get me out of the game. Get him out of the game. 36-37. Forgot to give PG his jumper. Edgecombe has it up top. He's being guarded by Shamet. Get it over to Paul George. Being guarded by Anunoby. Gets it back to Edgecombe up top. Coming to his left. They jump the passing lane. They're diving for it. And then McBride gets the steal to the basket, tried to throw down a dunk over Bona, and then a foul on Bona, his second foul already to start the second quarter. McBride tried to go up for a big slam. Bona tried to get them with the chase down. You see the replay on it. Bona is adamant he did not foul him. See the replay? That's a foul. Comes across the body. A foul. Nick Nurse is going to use the challenge. He got him clean with the ball. It might be clean. That might be a clean block from Bona. That's great effort from Adem Bona. I love the Adem Bona coming out of UCLA. You can go back. You could find it somewhere, either through our draft coverage show or through Twitter or wherever I put it up. I don't know where I put it up, but you could find it somewhere. I was high on Adem Bona. He was one of the guys I wanted the Knicks to target in the draft, and of course he ends up on the hated rival Philadelphia 76ers, and now he's here tormenting the Knicks. Joe said, dude should have just passed the ball. Brother, he's out on a fast break. He goes up for a dunk, big strong dunk. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. He did exactly what you're supposed to do. You don't pass the ball. There's nobody ahead of you. The only time you pass the ball in that situation is when somebody's ahead of you. Adem Bona just makes a great effort play. He chases them down. There's nowhere to pass the ball to. Nixon said, this is the Knicks I know. Yeah, at least they're playing well. They're playing well. This is like a team I recognize as the team we saw for the first 30 games of the year before they fell for the next 10. Jason said, one of these days, Deuce is going to catch a body. Yeah. Stir Show, what's up, Stir Show? Jay said, will be interesting if this Missy and Alvarado rumors come true. It will be interesting. Here's my opinion about that. Eve Missy is better than Huck Porty, and Alvarado is better than Clarkson. So they're upgrading the end of the bench guys, but I don't think it fundamentally changes the Knicks. It does bring different personalities into the room, which could help. Could help in the long run, but we'll see. We'll see if that even comes to fruition. Heavily rumored right now, but we got, 2 more weeks? 2 more weeks before the trade deadline. So, Peter McConnell, what's up, Peter McConnell? I push like and subscribe. Appreciate you, Peter. Appreciate you. If you guys enjoying the show, hit the like button. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. I'm supporting the New York Knicks today. Yes, sir, Peter. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Bruce Fowler said, I'm feeling confident. A week ago, they'd be down 12 right now. I mean, a week ago, they'd be down like 15. They'd be down almost 20. We'd have no confidence in their ability to keep up. But Prashant said, I've also subscribed to you. Appreciate you, Prashant. Appreciate you. J-Max, what's up, J-Max? Reverse layup would have resulted in 2 points? Maybe. You're also going full speed, and you're making it a much more difficult shot. Maybe. Joseph said, be down like 30. Yeah, they'd be down 30 in the second half for sure. And this game would be over halfway through the third quarter. George said, before the NBA Cup curse. Yeah, before we got cursed. We cursed ourselves. Before we cursed ourselves. Jason said, we would have been in book club by now last week. Yeah, we would have been full in the book club. It is a clean block by Bona. Great effort from him. And they go to a jump ball. Towns wins the jump ball. Now here comes McBride bringing it down the other way. All right. Now we just got to run some offense. Knicks up by 1, 37-36. It's been a back and forth affair all night long. I believe the largest lead by the Knicks was like 5 or something. Largest lead by Philly, I think, has only been 2. McBride crosses over. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Grimes. Great defense from Grimes, and McBride knocks it down anyway. Good offense beats good defense. That is the NBA. Trendon Watford bringing it down against Josh Hart. Trendon Watford, another player I always really liked. They get over to Paul George. A straightaway 3 off the bonus screen. Comes up short. Towns with the rebound. And a foul. So Paul George going to the foul line for 3 free throws. Foul on Josh Hart. Another bad play from Josh Hart, who's having an uneven game, especially defensively here tonight. He's not been good defensively at all. Star Blessed. What's up, Brittany? Wait, who got hurt? Paul George at the foul line for 3 free throws. I don't know how that's a foul on how Paul George goes to the foul line for 3 free throws, though. Because if anything, Josh Hart fouls Bona by trying to get through the screen. I don't know how that's 3 free throws for Paul George. Brittany said, who got hurt? Towns has back spasms today, and multiple times he's been caught holding his back in some serious pain, so hopefully. Brazon said, you're from which city? I'm from New Jersey, brother. PG knocks down all 3 of his free throws, ties it back up at 39. Josh Hart has it up top, being guarded by Paul George. They get over to Towns. He's being guarded by Bona. Towns swings through to his right, driving it down, ton of pressure. And that's an offensive foul on Towns. Here's the thing. You just watched Embiid do this. You just watched Embiid do this multiple times. Bona is guarding him like this with his hands on his body. All you have to do is turn and swing through. Just draw the foul. It's cheap. I don't care. Just draw the foul. They get over to Paul George, driving it down against Anunoby. Gets to the foul line, step back, follow away jumper over OG, and he rattles it in. Paul George has the shot here tonight. And McBride will bring it down. Philly down by 2. McBride up top. They get over to Towns. Towns takes it over to Anunoby. Swings through to his left down the lane. Loses the handle on the ball. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Knicks. Jason said, Lord have mercy. Cat, we're out here trying to talk good about you, and you hit us with the offensive foul. That's one. That's one. You're good for 1 a game. I'll give you 1 a game. It's the best I can do. I'll give you 1 a game. If he picks up another one, I'm going crazy. Anunoby draws a foul on Wofford as he hit him with a pump fake. Anunoby, jab step, driving it in to the basket, scoop layup. Gets the layup to go for Anunoby. That's the good aggressive drive I like to see from OG Anunoby. And the Knicks don't get back on defense. They hit ahead the Grimes for a 2-handed slam. Bridges, where were you, brother? Where are you at? You're the Iron Man. You're supposed to guy who... Mike Brown calls a timeout. As the Knicks don't get back on defense. 9:18 to go. I'm going to rewind it. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? I slapped you like because you did the rip-through animation. I'm going to rewind it. I'm going to rewind it. I'm going to rewind it. Just a second here. Yeah, Anunoby drive, ball knocked out of bounds. Draws the foul. Then he gets the drive. Who is supposed to be back? Deuce. Anunoby gets the layup. Well, Bridges and McBride. So McBride is back. Bridges is backpedaling back. They both think that they're going to pick up Edgecombe here. I don't know if McBride has been matched up with Edgecombe all night. Bridges and McBride going back to the bench. They start talking about who is supposed to be guarding who. McBride thinks he's guarding Edgecombe. Bridges is backpedaling. He's matched up with Grimes, but he's staring down Edgecombe, so he slides over to Edgecombe, and Grimes just continues to run down the middle of the court. Brother, there's nobody there. Stop the guy who's streaking down the middle of the lane. He doesn't do that. Communicate. Tell McBride, you pick up Edgecombe. I got to stick with Grimes, who's cutting down the middle of the lane here. Communicate that. Say that. McBride is already leaning towards Edgecombe. He's the closest defender to Edgecombe. And Bridges is the close defender to Grimes, and he's backpedaling. You guys are interchangeable. You can guard Grimes, even if your matchup is supposed to be Edgecombe. You can guard Grimes. They're both solid off guards. And you are both, McBride and Bridges are off guards. So just communicate that. Be like, you stay there. Deuce, you pick up Edgecombe. Just say that. You don't even have to tell them who you have. Just say, Deuce, stay with Edgecombe. And then, basketball 101. 101. That's crazy. That's annoying. And Boogie, what's up, and Boogie? Why isn't Clarkson getting any burn? Because he can't guard a traffic cone, brother. Bruce Fowler, free Clarkson. Prime, what's up, Prime? I saw there was a game at 5:30. I heard you say something about the game being canceled. Timberwolves, what happened? Do you know? They are canceling it because of the murder that happened in Minnesota. So the game is postponed. No game in Minnesota today. It's supposed to be Minnesota versus Golden State. Dom Anthony, what's up, Dom Anthony? Clarkson getting traded soon? We will see. We will see. J-Max said, last time the Knicks won a title was 1973. They win a championship every 100 years. So they're over halfway there. Here we go. So the Knicks are going to come out with a double big lineup. Robinson and Towns are in the game, along with Hart, Bridges, and McBride. Nixon becoming a member, upping his membership, I should say. Appreciate you, Nixon. Very generous of you, big dog. Thank you for the support, brother. Say my name. What's up, say my name? All you have to say is, I got ball. Or you got ball. It's that simple. 3 words. Yep. You can even be specific. I mean, nobody had ball there, so you don't even have to say that. You can be like, Deuce, get Edgecombe. There's your 3 words. All it's got to be is 3 words. Deuce, get Edgecombe. Stay with Edgecombe. That's it. But no communication. They swing it out to Josh Hart, a straightaway 3. Knock me down, Josh Hart. All right. All the negative plays from Josh Hart tonight. Trying to win us back with that 3-point shot right there. We'll take it, brother. We'll take it. Let's turn it around. Let's turn this thing around. Philly bringing it down. Watford has it up top. They get over to George, coming off the screen. Fades, puts it up, comes up short, long rebound. Josh Hart chases it down. And Hart will bring it down now. Runs right into Paul George. Paul George hits the floor looking for a charge. They don't give it to him. They swing it around. Bridges, a right corner 3. Comes up well short, maybe blocked. Josh Hart recovers the loose ball, though. Leaves it off of Bridges, gets it over to McBride. McBride puts up the 3 over Grimes. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Robinson saves it over to Hart. Hart. Cross-court pass to Bridges. Steps into a 3 in the left corner. Comes up short on that one. Fight for the loose ball. They knock it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe bringing it down. Driving it down. Crosses over down the lane. Loses the handle. Out of bounds. And the ball is going to go back to the Knicks. Good defense there. Good effort from McBride and Josh Hart to hustle back down on defense. The Knicks now bringing it down on offense again. Trying to feed it to Towns. They get it to Towns. They show double team already. And a terrible pass from Towns. He tried to throw a bullet pass down low to Robinson. Just hit McBride cutting to the rim. Wofford down the lane. Reverse layup. Got it to go over Bridges. Quick outlet to McBride. We're rushing it down the other way already. 44-41. McBride up top. They get over to Towns. Towns driving to his left. Crossing over. Now driving to his right on Bona. Down the lane. And a foul on Bona. And 2 free throws for Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay. 7:50 to go. I'm a minute ahead, but we'll catch up. Ivor said, Knicks need pain points. They do. Dom Anthony said, Bridges is awful. He's not been good tonight. Towns misses another free throw. Come on, big cat. We got you, brother. We got you. Dexter Davis. What's up, Dexter? Joseph said, cat just makes you want to slam your head off a wall. It's just the simple plays, man. Just make the simple plays. You don't have to make the home run play every time. Just make the simple play. McBride's cutting through down the middle. You get it to McBride, force the defense to come over. Either McBride's knocking down that foul line jumper, you get the assist, or he's going to throw the lob up to Mitch and he gets the assist, but you get the hockey assist. Come on, man. Just make the simple play. We're tied at 45 here. Bona has it up top, hands it off to Grimes, coming to his right at the Bona screen, driving it down, swings it out to George, attacking to his right, down the lane against Josh Hart, puts up the floater, got it to go. Mikal Bridges trying to rear contest there. You got to get that block. I don't know what to tell you. You're right there. I know it's tough. I can't even blame you for it, but if you're there and you're Mikal Bridges, I got to expect you to come through with a better contest than that. Josh Hart tries to get it down low to Towns. Bona trying to jump the lane. Towns does a great job of catching it. Now he has it in the post. Backing down Bona. Backing him down. Shovels it inside to Josh Hart. Josh Hart does draw the foul. Threw up a wild shot attempt as he was falling out of bounds because he was fouled. I was about to say, terrible attempt. Wild play, but was wild because he drew the foul. Great cut from Josh Hart as Paul George lost track of him. Tom Anthony said, can we get George on the Knicks? Not with that contract, brother. Not with that contract. Possibly the worst contract in the NBA. Embiid is back in the game. McBride off the handoff, a straightaway 3. Well off. Long rebound. Paul George able to chase it down. And now PG will bring it down the other way. Under 7 to go in the second quarter. Paul George coming to his left off the Embiid screen, crossing over to his right, down the lane, gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Edgecombe, reverse layup for him, can't get it to go. Great defense from Robinson. No, it's not great defense from Robinson. They call a foul, and Big Mitch is going to send Edgecombe to the foul line for 2 free throws with 6:50 to go. Dexter Davis, we're rooting for 2 different teams today, Dexter. We're rooting for 2 different teams today. Muhammad, what's up, Muhammad? Simpson, Ja, what's up, Simpson? Your score is wrong. My score is 47-45, brother. What the score is? Nice. What's up, Nice? Joe said Knicks already falling apart. I mean, it's a 1-possession game. Edgecombe makes the first free throw, misses the second. Town snags the rebound. We're bringing it down the other way. 6:50 to go. Approaching the halfway point in the second quarter. McBride has it up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. They get over to Bridges. Bridges, who's been very bad here tonight, especially offensively. They swing it out to McBride. Pump fakes, attacking to his left, gets into the lane, draws the foul on Edgecombe. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. There you go, Deuce. There you go. MBM said refs not meeting the moment. I think the refs have been fine for the most part. You know, call I disagree with here and there, but not a big deal. McBride misses a free throw. All right, we're missing too many free throws. We're missing way too many free throws. Towns, I get some missed free throws from. I get that. He's got the back injury. I'm not going to kill him for missed free throws today, although you got to knock down your free throws. McBride missing a free throw now. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, he said, like Sheffy said the other day, Bridges has other priorities. I just need him to get to the rim every now and again. Not even a lot. I'm not even asking for a lot. McBride misses 2 free throws. All right, Deuce. Don't get me upset, brother. I love everything about what you brought to this game. Don't get me upset with 2 missed free throws now. Come on, man. Embiid has it up top. Hands it off to Maxey. Coming to his left. Maxey and Embiid back in the game. Philly with the 3-point lead, 48-45. Embiid has it up top, being guarded by Robinson. Coming to his right. Steps back for a 3 over Robinson. Got it to go for Embiid. He's got the touch here tonight. We went over. Shooting about 26% from 3. But he's 2 for 2 tonight. Bridges, pump fakes out of the mid-range, kicks it up top to Josh Hart, over to McBride, open left corner 3. Deuce McBride off the back rim, can't get it to go. Couple missed shots from Deuce McBride now. Get me annoyed, Deuce. You get me annoyed. Play some good defense, make up for it on the other end. Embiid has it up top, fakes the handoff to get it to Paul George, spins, fall away baseline jumper, too strong, can't get it to go. Brunson comes in for the rebound. We're bringing it down the other way. Paul George will pick him up. Brunson bringing it down against PG, applying some full court pressure. Brunson crosses over to his left, driving it down, crosses over to his right, spins back to his left, blows past PG, scoop layup. Oh my goodness, Jalen Brunson put PG in the spin cycle, brother. God damn. Here comes PG bringing it the other way. Driving to his right against Josh Hart, putting his head down, going all the way to the rim. Can't get the layup to go. Good defense from Josh Hart. PG hits the floor looking for the foul call. McBride gets it over to Josh Hart. The 5-on-4. We got to make something happen. Inside to Robinson to the basket. Misses the layup. Josh Hart saw it coming. Gets the offensive rebound. 3. Brunson got me to go off the hustle from Josh Hart. Yes, sir. 1-point game, 50-51. Philly leading by 1. 5 minutes to go here tonight in this second quarter. Maxey bringing it down the other way. Maxey has it up top, attacking to his right, snaking it back to his left hand. And Philly calls a timeout. All right. Just under 5 minutes to go. 4:58. Knicks still hanging strong. I like the performance the Knicks are giving out here tonight for the most part. I got some qualms, but we're at least competing again, which is something they did not do for 3 weeks. We're at least competing again. Got to pull out the victory now. CJ, what's up, CJ? Anthony said, Bridges and OG rather be elsewhere, I think. I mean, listen, man. Listen. The Bridges thing, we've talked about. I think he's happy here on the Knicks. He's with his friends and whatnot. But I think you said it perfectly. I feel like he's got different priorities at this point than actually winning basketball games because he's not going to the rim at all. OG Anunoby is a weird case. He's a pretty weird dude. I think he can be frustrated at times with some of his touches and stuff like that. And this is the second year in a row where in press conferences whether it's post-game press conferences or post-practice press conferences and whatnot, that Josh Hart has mentioned professionalism and buying into your roles. And I think a lot of people tend to look at that and they go, oh, he's talking about OG Anunoby. He's talking about OG Anunoby. Because OG Anunoby was known to pout and be upset in Toronto about not getting enough touches and wanting more on-ball responsibility. And then he got traded to the Knicks. And for the most part, he just has played, done his job. But this is now the second year in a row, going back to last year, where OG Anunoby is like, no, I want more responsibility. You guys aren't giving me more to do offensively. And it's like, you're not good enough. You're not good enough with the ball in your hands. You're just not. So we need OG Anunoby to just accept the fact that he is a 3-and-D guy who can do a little bit attacking off the bounce, but not a lot. Get your 17 points a game and be happy with it and step up defensively. Bridges has it up top after Embiid knocked down the mid-range shot over Robinson. Good defense, but better offense. Bridges gets it over to Brunson. Brunson pump fake, jab step, steps back for a right wing three over Oubre. He can't get that one to go. Edgecombe with the rebound. And then McBride runs into Maxey for a foul. Joseph said, get McHale out of the game. Just hasn't done a whole lot to affect the game tonight. David said, McHale not giving us anything. Sit him down, push Shamet in. Yeah, McHale just hasn't really given us much at all. Embiid leaves it off for, Maxey leaves it off for Embiid. Embiid to the rim, gets the scoop layup to go over Robinson and through Anunoby. 55-50. Lead back up to 5 for Philly. Bridges has it up top to get over to Robinson. Back to Bridges. Bridges swings through to his left off the Robinson screen, driving it down to the rim, kicks it out to Brunson. Left corner 3 for Brunson. Can't get it to go. Robinson the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Anunoby. They swing it up top to McBride. Pump fake, sidestep 3 for Deuce. Too strong, can't get it to go. Bridges knocks the rebound out to Anunoby. He's going to attack to his left, to the rim. Loses the handle on the way up. No foul call. Philly bringing it down the other way. It's a 3-on-2 fast break. They throw the lob up, and McBride knocks it loose. McBride guarding 3 guys on the break. Brunson bringing it down. Throws up the layup at the last second to Anunoby, and he throws it down with 2 hands. Okay. And PG will bring it down the other way. Deuce McBride, baby. Deuce McBride. 3-on-1 fast break, and Deuce said, okay, let me guard all 3 of you real quick. Paul George tries to get it down low to Embiid. Great defense from Mitchell Robinson. Brunson bringing it down. Kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges is going to line up the left corner 3 while contested. Robinson, the offensive rebound, saves it out to McBride. Robinson's been incredible tonight yet again. They swing it around back to Bridges. He's going to look to attack the paint, actually. He's going to go to the rim and draw the foul. Yes, sir, McHale. Yes, sir. He went right into Joel Embiid. Yes. Look what happens, McHale. Look what happens. I never started the timer. I got 3 minutes to go. He actually went to the rim. He actually went to the rim and drew the foul on Embiid. I can't believe it, guys. He's actually shooting free throws. I can't believe it. That looks like a clean block by Embiid, by the way. But Mikal Bridges is going to go to the foul line for 2. I can't believe I'm flabbergasted. That's the most surprising thing I've watched in an NBA game in a while. Bridges knocks down the first free throw. I cannot believe he actually went to the rim while Embiid was coming over. And he drew the foul on him. I can't believe it. CJ said Knicks going to take the last quarter. I hope so, CJ. They need to. We got 3 minutes to go. Bridges knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. The Knicks are in the bonus for the final 3 minutes here. Tom Anthony said he heard our conversation. Now, hopefully we get a little bit more of that. Just a little bit more. Right? I don't need him attacking recklessly every time and then suddenly he's going to miss a game. But situations like that, too hard to the rim, brother. Draw the foul. Bridges knocks down both free throws. Here comes Maxey. Shamet is at the scorer's table getting ready to check in. Bridges guarding Maxey up top. Coming to his left. Pulls it out. Gets it over to Embiid. Being guarded by Towns. Towns is subbed in for Robinson. Backing him down. Drop steps in the lane. Flips it up with the right-handed hook. Got it to go. End the foul on Karl Anthony Towns. Going to send Embiid to the foul line for 2. I don't see a big foul there at all. I think you could argue that there's contact when Towns also backs down in a similar regard. But Joel Embiid was strong, going to the rim. And then let the contact happen and then falls to the floor to exaggerate the contact, and he gets the call. Whereas Karl-Anthony Towns flails, and that's when the refs don't give you the call. So Embiid's at the foul line here for one. 2:45 to go in the second quarter. MBM said the calls are weak. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was a foul call myself, but drawing contact and accentuating the contact to the officials is a talent that Karl-Anthony Towns struggles with, that Joel Embiid is very good at. Brunson has it up top. He's being guarded by Edgecombe. Driving to his left. Stop. Half spin. Loses the handle. Picks it up. Kicks out to Anunoby. He's going to attack to his left. He's got Edgecombe on him now. Now he has it in the post. He's going to look to attack. Spins off him to the rim. Two-handed slam for OG Anunoby. Beautiful move from OG. Embiid did knock down both free throws, by the way. So it's 56-58 with 2:20 to go. Maxey has it on the right wing. He's being guarded by Josh Hart. Coming to his right. Swings a wild pass out to Edgecombe. He's going to line up a left wing three over Anunoby. Good contest from Anunoby. Josh Hart picks up the air ball rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Kicks it over to Shamit. Shamit gets it to Anunoby again. He's being guarded by Edgecombe. Anunoby's going to try and go through his chest. They dig down. Anunoby almost turns it over, saves it out to Shamit. Extra pass. They swing it around. Brunson has it. Pump fakes. Blows right past Embiid to the rim. Throws up the floater off glass. Can't get it to go. Anunoby comes flying in for the putback. OG Anunoby. Way to get active, big dog. Way to get active. Embiid has it on the left wing. He's being guarded by Robinson. Faces up, dancing with it. Leans in, step back, pump fake, gets Robinson in the air and draws the foul. Beautiful manipulation from Towns. I mean, from Embiid, I wish. Beautiful manipulation from Embiid. He knows he hit Robinson with this exact move previously, leaned in, and then stepped back for the mid-range jumper, and he knocked it down to open up the second quarter. This time, he hits him with the same move, driving to his left, leans in, steps back for the jumper, but instead hits him with the pump fake. Robinson goes for it, and Embiid goes to the foul line for two. Beautiful, beautiful. That's a guy who understands the psychology of the game, understands the psychology of my defense. Whereas the only guy who I think understands that on the Knicks is like Jalen Brunson. You know, counters on counters. He knows I hit you with this move before, so you're going to be ready for that, so I'm going to show it to you and then counter, knowing that you're going to go for it. Embiid did that right there. That's when you hit superstardom right there. That's Embiid stepping into that superstar that he used to be. Embiid made the first and misses the second. It's an unfriendly roll off the front of the rim. And it is 58-59. It's a one-point game, 1:30 to go. My timer kept ticking. 1:30 to go here. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Barlow on a switch. Brunson gets it over to Robinson. Hands it back off to Brunson. Jab step, coming to his right. Leaning in the Barlow. Step back, kicks it out to Anunoby. Pump fake, sidestep. Anunoby three, line me up. Can't get it to go. Good boxing out from Embiid to keep Robinson off the glass. And Barlow gets it over to Embiid. Embiid is going to bring it down. Has it up top. Hands it off to Maxey. Coming to his left. Maxey spins, crosses over to his left, steps back, crosses over to his left again, almost falls down, saves it over to Oubre for a three, and Oubre knocks it down over Brunson. Brunson has to be in the help side because Maxey could absolutely get to that rim. One or two steps. And all Maxey has to do is just swing it over to Oubre. Oubre with the size advantage over Brunson. Brunson does a good job trying to close out. Brunson has it up top. He's being guarded by Edgecombe. A lot of contact between Oubre and Josh Hart there. The hit Anunoby comes to the rim, and a two-handed slam from OG Anunoby again, knowing Joel Embiid is not going to go up and contest with the state of his knees. Great pass from Brunson, and now Embiid will bring it down the other way. He got a pep in his step offensively here. Crosses over on Robinson to the rim, reverse layup, off glass. Got it to go for Joel Embiid. And he is killing the Knicks in this first half. Josh Hart bringing it down the other way. Embiid is 10 for 12 from the field for 28 first half points. Brunson coming to his left. Oubre hits the floor. Brunson's going to dance with it. Now coming to his left. Driving it down on Edgecombe. On the left wing. Swings out to Josh Hart. Shot clock winding down. And a foul on Maxey will send Josh Hart to the foul line for two. Maxey couldn't slide his feet fast enough to get into position. Eric Odom? What's up, Eric? Mitchell Robinson needs one offensive move? Sure. I think his one offensive move is go grab a rebound. Literally the best at it in the NBA. Roger G-Wall, what's up, Roger? Eric said, like a jump hook? Yeah, I agree with you, brother. Josh Hart misses a free throw. The missed free throws are going to kill the Knicks tonight. Killing the Knicks tonight, all these missed free throws. Jump hook would be great, Eric. Jump hook would be great. But he is, what, 27 now? Has not shown the appetite to be good at the jump hook. Just keep kicking it out. Or dunk it. But 64-60. Josh Hart misses the first free throw. He's got one more coming. 9 seconds to go. My timer ticked down. My bad. 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. So Philly will rush it down. And they'll have one more look at the basket. Hart comes up well short on the second free throw. 2 more missed free throws for the Knicks. Embiid sets a screen in the backcourt. Maxey driving it down. Slips and falls out of bounds. And Maxey very upset with the officials. He wants a foul call. So 2 seconds for the Knicks. And they'll have half-court heave, probably. Don't think they have enough time or quick players to get down the court fast enough to get a decent look at the rim here. Or decent look at a three with only 2 seconds to go. Yeah, Maxey just slips and falls. I don't know what kind of argument you could have there. Josh Hart throws a home run pass to nobody. Josh Hart has made some terrible decisions tonight, man. Also, that was a horrific play. It was a terrible play. But also, this team has made some horrific decisions tonight. Including Josh Hart, including Mikal Bridges, including a little bit of Anunoby, and of course of Towns. MBM said basketball IQ in question. Some terrible decisions, man. There's been some terrible decision making. So now the Knicks have the guard under their own basket with 2 seconds left. They're already down by 4. They lob it over the top to Paul George, who can catch it cleanly, and it goes out of bounds. Ball back to the Knicks. I mean, a clown show to end the quarter between both teams. Play the clown music. AP, what's up, AP? I knew we'd hear from you at some point, brother. He said trade them all. Trade them all. A clown show to end the quarter here from both sides. Tony Madrano, what's up, Tony? As long as he's healthy, Embiid is the best center in the league. Yeah, as long as he's healthy, brother. A big caveat to Joel Embiid's career. Sturcho said 10 minutes of throwing the ball out of bounds. They get it in the Bridges. Heaves it at the buzzer. Almost got it to go down, but that is going to be the end of our first half. 64-60. All of that for either team to get a clean look at the basket. Jay said Nets game was fool's gold. Nets are tanking. I mean, we knew that, though. We knew, like, not everything is fixed. This is why I did not dress up again today. They don't deserve it. They're going to have to win our trust back. They're going to have to win our love back. So, you know, I'm going to be casual. I'm going to wear my hoodies and my shirts. Nothing serious, nothing fun, nothing Clyde Frazier inspired until they give us hope again. You know? Recapture the second seed at least. We'll dress up again if they can tie the Celtics, at least tie the Celtics for the second seed again. Right now, they're a game and a half behind. So until that happens, we'll be casual. Or at least until they get more serious here. And a blowout win against the Brooklyn Nets is a nice first step, but that's, you know, that doesn't fix all the problems. So it's going to have to continue here tonight. Good first half against Philly. Philly's a really good, tough team. The Knicks scored 34 points in the first quarter, only scored 26 in the second quarter. You know, they have yet to give us a 40-point quarter after it felt like 40-point quarters were coming every other game to start the year. So only 26 in the second. Philly scored 30 in the first and 30 in the second, which is where the Knicks find themselves down by 4 here. Maybe said they're going to lose this game. I think it's time to fire Mike Brown. They're not going to fire Mike Brown this year. Whether that is the correct move or not, I think it's a moot point to even talk about it because they're not going to fire him. Amy said jeans are too dressy for this mess usually. Pajama pants, roll out of bed effort. I was wearing sweats. You know, I'm at home, so I wasn't wearing jeans at home. I was wearing my sweats. And I thought about like just coming out in the sweats, but I wanted to give them some respect for his franchise record-setting performance against the Nets. So I said, all right, let me put the jeans on. Let me be somewhat presentable here tonight. But the worse they play, the more casual I'm going to be. I'll come out in sweats. I'll come out in a t-shirt. I'll take the hoodies off. Uh, and the better they play, the more dressed up we'll be, the more fun we'll have with it. But until then, they're on watch. They're on watch here. Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? John Smith, what's up, John Smith? How y'all letting Joel Embiid cook y'all right now? Because he's fantastic. Fantastic basketball player. Gentle said, even if they lose Embiid and Paul George, they can still win. They're very dangerous. They are very dangerous. Maxey's dangerous. Grimes can be dangerous. Oubre can be dangerous. They have a lot of capable players. We know Edgecombe can be dangerous. Mark said, decent first quarter. Decent first quarter. Some good, some bad, mixed bag all around. Philly's a really good team. Can't overlook Philly. Abe said Nets lost the bad one yesterday. They did indeed. They were down like 9 with 2 minutes to go, and they came roaring back to tie it up and send it to overtime. They should have won it at overtime, and they gave up the open 3 to Hugo Gonzalez, and he knocks down a clutch 3 for the rookie. And then they lost in double overtime, so it kind of is what it is. Honestly, the better team won. The more deserving team won it at the end. Iron Bear Grizz, what's up, Iron Bear Grizz? Sorry I'm late. I'm sure y'all brought the spicy. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Anthony G&T, what's up, Anthony? They look like they hate each other? I don't know. I think that's like a confirmation bias kind of thing. I don't think they look like they hate each other at all. I do think they look like they're not like the best of friends out there. You know, like the chemistry doesn't seem great, but I don't think it looks bad at all. I think it's just like a disconnect. Like it's just like out there, you know. Not hyping each other up as much as you want to see. Not as connected. Like we pointed out, the miscommunication between McBride and Bridges as they're getting back on defense, and they give up a wide open Quentin Grimes streaking down the middle of the court. Not good there. That's not good. Boom Pei said, if they keep losing, you're going to lose the pants. Yeah, brother, I might be on here in my drawers. Just nothing but underwear. I would never do that. But, hey, man, I might have to buy the morph suit and just come out here with nothing but face. This is the only thing you're going to see. Because they're playing that bad. Eric C. said, I missed the first half, just signed on. Hope they pull out the win. Eric. Welcome, brother. Welcome. It's been a mixed bag. Decent first half. You know, it's 64-60. It's a 4-point game. I don't think the Knicks have played poorly, but they've definitely have missed out on a lot of really easy opportunities, like free throws. Chris Basketball, what's up, Chris? No Clarkson minutes. No, brother, he's gone. Eric Dumb said, poor basketball plays and low energy. I think the energy's fine. I don't think it's low energy at all. I don't think that's an issue at all. I think the issue is some bad decision-making on the offensive end, a little bit of miscommunicating on the defensive end. And Joel Embiid's been fantastic, you know. And it's a 4-point game. And missed free throws. Missed free throws is a killer. Ivor said, obvious, Knicks need paint shot blocker and offensive paint threat. I mean, his name is Mitchell Robinson, brother. He's been cleaning up the glass. And he's been really good as a rim protector today. Andy said, Hart called Cat out publicly. Imagine what's being said behind closed doors. I think exactly what Josh Hart said publicly is exactly what's being said behind closed doors. Josh Hart is a kind of, say it very bluntly, kind of dude. I think his public comments are a little overblown. Like this is what Josh Hart does. I think they're overblown. I think anything Mike Brown says publicly is the thing that raises my eyebrows. AP with a very generous super chat. I appreciate you, AP, as always, brother. As always, thank you for your generosity, brother. He said, "We'll be a decent pick this year. Leon traded or pick someone who can play. It's time to start looking at him. We'll see. No point in projecting what Leon Rose has done in a draft that has not taken place yet. So we will see what they do with their pick this year. Whether they trade it for a useful player or they use it to draft a guy who might be interesting. Who knows? Who knows who they pick in this draft? Muhammad said Embiid is playing great again. Yeah, playing fantastically again. Abe said never trust Joel Embiid. No, you can't trust him. But when he's playing like he is tonight, fantastic. Muhammad said, honestly, will you entertain a cat trade? Not really. Not until the offseason. I think trading Karl Anthony Towns recklessly at this trade deadline would be a massive mistake. I think it would be a huge mistake. This is one of the worst seasons Karl Anthony Towns' career. I don't think it's indicative of who he is as a player. I think trading him now at the deadline would be a massive, massive overreaction. Texas Davis said, I've been watching basketball since '82. To me, Embiid is the best center to ever play the game. All right, brother. All right. All right. You can't say that when literally Shaquille O'Neal is on the screen right now. It's an ABC game. And you can't say that when Shaquille O'Neal is literally sitting right there. You can't say that when Hakeem Olajuwon existed, brother. Come on. Come on. Come on, big dog. Take those rose-colored glasses off. Take the Homer shades off, brother. Embiid's awesome. Embiid's awesome. He also can play 60 games in a season. Muhammad said, honestly, oh, I read that one. Stir Show said, do you think the Cavs can beat the Magic today? We'll see, brother. We'll be covering that game. Eric Dumb said, settle down, double team Embiid, one floater defender on the perimeter, possibly harder deuce, use Tyler Kolek. Kolek seems out of the rotation. Double team Embiid, sure, but I don't trust the other Knicks defenders to be on help side unless they use a double big lineup and they have either Robinson or Towns as a rim protector. I just fundamentally don't trust Anunoby or Bridges or Brunson or Hart to, whoever brings over the double team. I don't trust the other three guys to communicate properly with the way this team has been defending recently. So David M said Olajuwon would smoke Embiid. He would. Anthony Ginzy said, I owe Tibbs an apology. You don't. You don't owe Tibbs an apology unless you were overly aggressive in your criticisms of Tibbs. But anything that happens this season isn't an acknowledgement that Tibbs was actually, we should have kept Tibbs. Firing Tibbs was the correct move? Well, I don't know. I don't know if firing Tibbs was the correct move because he just made it to the conference finals and the team was fine. But I definitely think Mike Brown wasn't the greatest choice. Say that. AB said, I will always say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, he's at worst, he's the third greatest player of all time. At best, he's the best player of all time. Eric Dumb said, stop it with Embiid stuff, Olajuwon, Kareem, Shaq. Yep. I think Embiid is in like the David Robinson range. But again, health. Health is always going to be the thing that knocks him down multiple pegs. I'd still take David Robinson over Embiid. Gento said, can't say that when Big Shaq, Diesel, or the Big Kahuna, Shaq. Yeah, I mean, look, Shaq is literally on the screen. He's not better than Shaq. He's not better than Olajuwon. He's not better than Kareem. I think he's on par with a guy like David Robinson, but even still, Robinson significantly healthier throughout his career. Won multiple championships. No, he only won one before he retired, right, with Duncan. So, and maybe Duncan was the best, not even maybe. Duncan was the best player on that team. So. Will Chamberlain? I don't know. I think he's overrated. Jones said he was scared of Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's also another guy. I think he's on par with kind of like Dwight Howard. Maybe he's a little bit better than Dwight Howard, but not by much. Not by much. Ben Watkins. What's up, Ben Watkins? Jensen said Embiid is crazy skilled. That's great. He is. He indeed is. Joe said Anthony, Will Chamberlain. Yeah. Jay said, I feel like there was no thought when Tibbs was fired. He was just let go and there was no real backup plan in place. That's a fair criticism. It's a fair criticism, very fair criticism. I think moving on from Tibbs ultimately was the correct choice, but the issue is you don't move on from Tibbs unless you know what the pivot to is. Like, you can't just move on from Tibbs and then be like, well, we'll figure it out from there, right? I think Mike Brown was like plan F, like plan A didn't work out, plan B didn't work out, plan C didn't work out, and they made their way all the way down the alphabet. And they settled on Mike Brown. And I don't think Mike Brown's done a terrible job this year, but he has also very clearly not done a very good job either. Dexter said, no way Shaq and Olajuwon don't have the all-around game Embiid got. Best big man ever. Not even close, brother. Not even close. You're worried about all-around game, whereas Olajuwon and Shaq were significantly better defenders and significantly better paint presences. Sturgeon said, I didn't like the Tibbs energy. Look, we don't have to go back and start talking about Mike Brown versus Tom Thibodeau because there is nothing Mike Brown can do that'll make Tom Thibodeau what the job he did good. Tom Thibodeau did a bad job last year. I argued all through last year that I thought Tom Thibodeau was doing the worst coaching job of his career last season. Right? It was on par with his bad Minnesota season. And that season was weird because he was also the general manager, which never ends well. But he did a bad job last year. He did a really bad job last year. Did an experiment. When you're experimenting in the conference finals against the Indiana Pacers, you did a poor job of managing your team that year. He did a really poor job of it, right? We don't need to go back and talk about this. We've talked about Tom Thibodeau more than enough. He's not a part of this team. Moving on. Now we talk about what kind of job Mike Brown is doing, and that's it. I'm not comparing him to Tom Thibodeau anymore. Madrasi, what's up, Madrasi? This has been a bipolar season so far. We need to become a consistent at some point. Yeah, absolutely. Roger G. Wall said, after Embiid grabbed Mitch's ankle, I just can't like him even a little bit. Absolutely. It's not to mention Joel Embiid is one of the dirtiest players I've had to watch this generation. Eric said we need a definitive defensive guru. I mean, there's no defensive guru that exists that can make this team a good defensive team, brother. Not at a consistent level. Can they get there for like a game or two? Can they get there for a playoff series? Maybe. But for the entirety of a season, it's just not going to happen. The Knicks don't have the horses to do so. The best that they could hope for is a slightly above average defensive team, right? They should be hovering in that 10 to 15 range in terms of defensive rating, and they have not been. They've been well below 15. AB said the Tom Thibodeau change had to happen. It did have to happen. It did. I don't know if that offseason was the correct time to do it. I don't know if you do it unless you have a plan, right? Is I said essentially my point, which is why I don't know if that was the time to do it. I don't know if you move on from Tom Thibodeau if you don't have a plan. And they very clearly didn't have a plan. I mean, they had a plan, but it was a far-fetched plan, and it was a plan that did not work out. They could not lure any coach away from the team that they were coaching. And so you don't do it. You don't do it ultimately because if you have to resort to plan whatever, F, M, N, however low it was in your playbook, then you don't do it. I wasn't a big fan of the Mike Brown hire. I don't think he's done a terrible job, but I also don't think he's done a good job. Nick Yak said Philly's shooting 65%. Yeah. I don't think the Knicks defense has been terrible tonight. I just think Embiid has been awesome. He's 10 for 12 from the field. And guys like him are capable of doing that. Brightest future, what's up, brightest future? Brown was like the third choice? No, brightest future. Brown was like the 8th choice. Brown was like the 8th choice. Maybe said, it's the players. I think it's time to move on from Leon Rose. He definitely gets a couple more years, brother. Definitely gets a couple more years. Again, you can't move on from Leon Rose unless you have somebody in mind to hire. You can't just move on from a front office that has built you a championship contending team. Can't do it. We're getting ready to start the third quarter already. But real quick, they are shooting 65% from the field, and they've taken 8 less shots. The Knicks are winning the possession battle, which has helped them stay in the game. The Knicks are 8 for 24 from 3, whereas Philly's only 4 for 11. The Garden three-point line pretty decently. They've missed 6 free throws tonight. They're 10 of 26 from 3, which is not good. Not good at all. They're dominating the rebounding battle. They're winning by 12. They have 9 more offensive rebounds. And here we go. Embiid hands it off to Oubre. Oubre driving it down. Layup. Got the layup to go over Towns. And Brunson will bring it down the other way. 66-60 to start the third quarter. Brunson has it up top. He can guard it by Edgecombe. Directing traffic. Coming to his right. Driving it down. Hits Anunoby. Coming back door. And he gets the two-hand. It's slam. Yes, sir, OG. Yes, sir. Beautiful pass from Brunson yet again. Another gorgeous pass from JB tonight. AB said Mike Brown is a good assistant coach. So is Tom Thibodeau. They were both far more successful as assistant coaches than as head coaches. Embiid hands it off to Oubre. Oubre kicks it back out to Embiid. He's going to attack to his left up top. Leaves it back inside to Oubre, who gets fouled from Bridges from behind. At least he saved the layup. Good foul from Mikal Bridges, in my estimation. He's going to send Oubre to the foul line for 2. Jay said, I don't feel like there's a championship contender right now. Not right now. Absolutely not right now. But the talent on this roster and what we saw for the first 30 games suggests that they definitely should be, but they're just not coming together right now. And whether that's because the chemistry in the locker room is falling apart or the coaching staff is losing the locker room or whatever the case may be, they definitely have the talent to compete for a championship if they can pull themselves together. And that's ultimately what it's going to come down to so far this year. Eric Dumb said, hustle plays is what's killing us. Sure. I don't think the Knicks have been out-hustled for the most part. I mean, they're winning all the hustle stats. They're out-rebounding them like crazy. They have 9 more offensive rebounds than them, so they're winning all the hustle stats. Oubre knocks down both free throws. Brunson, pull up 3 on the right wing over Embiid. Got it to go for JB. Getting us back on track. 68-65 now. Paul George has it up top, hands it off to Embiid. He's being guarded by Towns. Embiid has it up top. Hands it off to Maxey. Coming to his left off the handoff. Leaves it off for Embiid. Back to Maxey. Coming to his right. Pull up 3 for Maxey. Comes up short on it. Towns with the rebound. Good defense from Bridges to continue to chase him off those screens. Brunson bringing it down against Edgecombe. Has it up top. He's going to look to attack. Has him in the post. Leaning in. Throws up the floater. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Towns the offensive rebound. And they call the offensive foul on Towns. They say push off on Towns as he went for the rebound. 4 fouls on Towns now. 4 fouls on Towns. Stop CPS corruption. What's up, Stop? Knicks gambling 1 for 6 from the free throw line in the last 6 minutes of the third quarter. Yep. Free throws are killing them today. They've missed 6 free throws. 10 for 16 from the foul line tonight. Mitchell Robinson has to come in because Towns picks up his 4th foul. Edgecombe has it up top. Stacking to his left. Leaves it off for Embiid. He leaning in the Robinson. Now pulls it out. He dancing with it. Coming to his left. Leans in. Pump fake. Pump fakes. Good defense. And then Embiid throws it away. There you go, Big Mitch. There you go. Great defense for Big Mitch there. Didn't fall for the same thing 2 times in a row. Love it. Brunson has it up top. Dancing with it against Edgecombe. Sprays it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart has it up top. Gets it over to Robinson. Hands it off to Bridges. Swings through to his right. Throws a lob up. Big Mitch. Oh, my goodness. Catching a body, Big Mitch. Over Embiid. Knowing Embiid can't really jump anymore. There you go. Way to lob it up to the big man. And way to go get that, Mitchell Robinson. Maxey attacking to his left. Leaves it off for Embiid. Going to pump fake from 3. Drive it to his right. Shovels it out to Edgecombe. Swings it over to Paul George. Being guarded by Brunson. It's crazy they're putting Brunson on Paul George now. Paul George is going to have him in the post. Bagging him down. Show 2. Cross-court pass to Maxey. They run him off the line. He's going to attack Anunoby off the bounce. Scoop layup. Can't get the scoop layup to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. Great defense from the Knicks there. Josh Hart shot out of a can and bringing it down. Over to Bridges. Right wing 3 in transition. Line me up, Mikal Bridges. There we go. And the Knicks have retaken a 2-point lead here. 70-68. Embiid has it on the right wing. He's being guarded by Robinson. Dancing with it. Has him in the post. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. Backing him down. Leans in. One-legged fall-away jumper. Way off on that one. Knicks starting to lock up defensively now. Josh Hart bringing it down. Coming to his right. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson runs into PG and knocked out of bounds. And Brunson saying use the challenge. Use the challenge. Brunson very adamant about using the challenge. There we go. Mike Brown calls the timeout, probably using the challenge here. I hate how Mike Brown has used his challenges this year. And now, Brunson is adamant. It's off of Jalen Brunson. Paul George did not knock the ball out of bounds. But Brunson is saying that it is a foul on Paul George, and he wants Mike Brown to use a challenge here so they can call an approximate foul on Paul George. I don't know if he's going to get that call. William Yan, what's up, Will? Happy to see you again, brother. Amy Machu said, Cat is more frustrating than the new Apple iOS update. You're not wrong about that, Amy. You're not wrong about that. Thank goodness I finally switched off to Apple. Got me a Samsung. Endo said Brunson has an eye for cheap fouls. He does. I mean, all superstars do. So does Shea. So does Luka. So does Embiid. That is a part of like unlocking that final tier that gets you into superstardom, is understanding how to get yourself easy fouls. Dexter said Brunson flops too much, brother. You got Embiid on your team, brother. You got Embiid on your team. Talk about flopping. You have Embiid on. Embiid spends half the game on the court. CJ said, Jalen Brunson show, you are on the Knicks. Amy said, I'm doing it too, Chevy. They went too far this time. Listen, Apple puts out really good technology, right? They put out really good technology. I'm done with Apple technology. I've never been a fan of their computers, never been a fan of their laptops, never been a big fan of their phones. Their phones were just ahead of their time, and every other phone company has caught up and probably even surpassed them. I have a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Best phone I've ever had. Best phone I ever had. And the switch from Apple to the S24, not difficult at all. Not difficult at all. The switch has become so easy. The camera is a million times better. My goodness. I was comparing it with a buddy of mine the other day. Literally, I could zoom in 9 billion times farther. The quality is significantly better. You have more camera options. And the App Store on non-Apple devices, the Play Store, is way larger of an option versus Apple. But you do what you got to do, right? I know some people, blue messages are far more important than anything else. Me, I'm a tech guy, so I want the best tech. And Apple no longer puts out the best tech, in my opinion. Darnell said, Knicks back with the fire in their eyes? I hope so. I hope so. They're playing well tonight against a tough Philly team. So, Sergio said, did Tibbs use Samsung or Apple? I don't know. Rasheen Banks, what's up, Rasheen? Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. CJ said, why is Jordan Clarkson not playing? Because he can't guard a traffic cone. They do call the foul on Paul George. So the ball remains with the Knicks. Brunson will inbound it. They get it into Josh Hart. Josh Hart driving to his left. Leaves it off for Robinson up top. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson, being guarded by Edgecombe, coming to his right. It's called in the air. Kicks out to Anunoby. Attacking to his left. Step back. Crossing over to his right. Spins to his left. Steps back again. Fall away midi. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Good box out from Embiid on Robinson. And Embiid will bring it down off the rebound. Knicks leading by 2 here. 70-68. 8:30 to go. Embiid gets it over to Maxey. Maxey hesitates. Gets it back to Embiid up top. He's going to put up the straightaway three. And he's going to miss it. Brunson with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Where you want to keep Embiid? Out on the perimeter. If he kills you from three, unfortunately, he kills you from three. Brunson driving to his right, leaning in, one-legged fall-away baseline jumper. Got it to go from JB. My goodness, how do you guard that? That's a 6'8", long-arm defender, Oubre, who stood with him step for step, and Brunson still leans in, creates a space, one-legged fall-away jumper, got it to go, and the Knicks are on a 10-0 run over the last 3 minutes here, 72-68. It's giving them a 4-point lead. Edgecombe gets it over to Maxey. Maxey on the right wing, being guarded by Bridges. Attacking to his right. Gets it over to Embiid. Hands it off to Maxey. Coming to his left. Swings it out to Edgecombe, who hasn't done much tonight. And he continues to not do much as he misses that three. Good hustle from Josh Hart to try to get out there and contest. Hit ahead to Bridges. He's going to attack Maxey. Now he has him in the post. We know he's going to start off for this fall-away jumper. No, he doesn't even have the opportunity to do so. As Maxey picks his pocket, at least Bridges try to save the possession by diving on it. And it's going to end up being a jump ball. Susan said Mike Malone should have been the perfect coach for the Knicks over Mike Brown, in my option. In your opinion, Mike Malone is just Tom Thibodeau 2.0. If you're moving on from Tom Thibodeau, Mike Malone is definitely not the option. They are almost exactly the same coach with almost exactly the same limitations. There is a reason why Denver, who is a championship contending team with the best player in the world, decided it's time to move on from Mike Malone. So jump ball between Bridges and Maxey. And Maxey wins the jump ball. And Embiid will bring it down. 7:20 to go. Embiid has it up top. Being guarded by Robinson. They hand it off to Paul George. Spinning, coming to his right off the Embiid screen. Robinson forced to switch on to Paul George. Paul George is going to dance with it. Step back. Crossing over again. Driving to his left. Step back. Fall away over Mitchell Robinson, great defense from Big Mitch yet again, and Bridges bringing it down the other way. They get over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, steps down the lane, scoop away with the right hand. Got to go from Big Josh. Maxey bringing it down the other way, attacking to his left. Now attacking to his right up in a Embiid screen. Mid-range flip jumper over Robinson. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Paul George able to win it out. They get it out. Swing it over to Embiid. Swings it out to Maxey. Maxey attacking Robinson off the bounce. And Robinson knocks the ball out of his hands out of bounds. More phenomenal defense from Mitchell Robinson tonight. My goodness, Big Mitch has been fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Ruben Gillison? What's up, Ruben? I'm new here. Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, Ruben. Yes, sir. They get it into Oubre. They get over to Paul George. Paul George tries to get it out to Embiid. Brunson knocks the ball loose, but Embiid picks it up, has to heave it with the shot clock running down, and it is a shot clock violation. All going back to New York here, and the Philadelphia 76ers continue to remain scoreless. 74-68. The Knicks have built up a 6-point lead here with 6:30 to go, approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. Jay said, who would you like to see as our coach? Spoelstra. If I could pick anybody. Spoelstra. Jordy Fernandez. Josh Hart down the lane, kicks out to Brunson. A wide open straightaway three. Knock me down, JB. There we go. And the Knicks are hooping now. They're up by 9. 15-0 run for the Knicks over the last 5 minutes here. Edgecombe has it up top. He's being guarded by Josh Hart. They get over to Embiid. Embiid driving to his right, loses the handle. Got nowhere to go, kicks it out to Maxey. He's going to step into a right corner three. Got it to go, and he finally takes the lid off of the basket for his team. Brunson coming to his right. Being guarded by Edgecombe. Good defense from Edgecombe. Brunson has it up top. Brunson coming to his right off a high Robinson screen. Pull up three for JB. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, and Oubre able to pull it out over Josh Hart. Now here comes Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Coming to his left. Loses the handle. He dives for it, and he's out of bounds. Ball going back to the Knicks. Love to see it. Knicks getting in on the handoff action. Forcing turnover after turnover. They're guarding the handoff action between Maxey and Embiid pretty dang well here tonight. David M. said, I would have liked Mike Malone. He had success with Jokic and Murray. He could have made JB and Cat work. No, he could not. No, he could not. Jokic and Murray are fundamentally completely different players than Brunson and Towns. They have completely different play styles and completely different strengths and weaknesses. Josh Hart off the handoff, driving it down. Pump fake goes up. Can't get the layup, but Robinson right there with a two-handed putback. And Mitchell Robinson dominating this third quarter. My goodness. They get over to Oubre. They swing it out to Grimes. A wide open left corner three. He can't get it to go, though. Robinson with yet another rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Putting his head down, attacking. Inside the Shaman who cut along the baseline. Maxey lost track of him. He gets the easy layup. And the Knicks take their first, between both teams, the first double-digit lead of the night with just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Can they hold on? Excellent third quarter here from the Knicks as they've won the quarter 19-7 so far. Tom Anthony said, give Robinson a cape. Also, we might have to give Robinson a cape, right? We know Jalen Brunson, every now and again, he goes into the back, he puts the Superman cape on, and he pulls this team out of the gutter. Mitchell Robinson might have to have a cape as well. He's been phenomenal this season. Cross signal. What's up, cross signal? Leo. What's up, Leo? Tammy. What's up, Tammy? We just got to get through this hump before All-Star Weekend. We'll go out strong. Take a good power nap. Then come back and attack. We got this. Absolutely, Tammy. Love the confidence. Love the confidence. Mark said, foot on the gas. Don't let up. Absolutely. Keep zooming by this team. Don't give them confidence here. We're past the halfway point. We're under 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. You've taken a 10-point lead. You've held majority of the momentum this quarter. Continue to hold it. Continue to hold it. Brunson's up to 27 points. Mitchell Robinson with 4 points and 8 rebounds. He's been phenomenal tonight, offensively and defensively. JMPS. What's up, JMP? Not a coincidence that the team looks better without Cat. I would argue not a coincidence the team looks better with Robinson. I would prefer to lean a little bit more into Cat and Robinson lineups versus having Cat and Robinson sub in and out for each other. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I would also like to see a little bit more staggering between Brunson and Towns. It's very clear we have not leaned into playing Brunson and Towns in tandem. Like somebody before was trying to bring up that, they should play a little bit more like Murray and Jokic. They don't have the skill sets to do that. Brunson's more of an isolation player, and Towns is also more of an isolation player. Also more of a standstill shooter, and Brunson's not a great passer out of the pick and roll, especially to rolling big men who aren't athletic like Robinson, where you can just throw it up. And so their skill sets just don't mesh, right? Their skill sets are not synergistic to each other to play off of each other. So I would like to see some more staggering where you have Brunson lineups with 4 defenders, and you have Towns lineups with 4 defenders. And then, when push comes to shove, you have both of those guys in there to hopefully take advantage where they both have it going, and then you can lean more into your offense in those lineups. David M. said we got to put this one away. They do. It's early in the game. It's only a 10-point lead. 10-point leads are nothing. They're nothing. Philly is going to answer back. They're going to respond here by the end of the quarter. This is going to be no more than a 5-point game going into the fourth. But they build up momentum and continue the momentum. Just continue the momentum. Continue to play well. Godra said Robinson sets better screens. He does, which is crazy because Robinson's not a great screen setter. But neither is Towns. Towns is struggling to set good screens because he's afraid of picking up cheap offensive fouls, which he has many times this year. MBM said no center matches up with Cat. Yeah. And then when Karl-Anthony Towns is out there, he's usually being guarded by a wing, which messes up the way the Knicks need to play offensively. That is more so of an issue for Josh Hart, which is why I want Deuce McBride in the starting lineup, but that's a different conversation for a different day. Oubre has it up top. They lob it down low to Barlow. Robinson gets called for a foul and a reach in there. The cheap foul right there for Robinson. Not great. How many fouls does Mitch have? That's his 3rd foul. Can't afford to have him pick up cheap fouls here. Nick Yak said Mitch gave 8 years. Why to keep him? I hope and on a moving screen on Embiid. Or is that on Oubre? I think that's on Embiid. Moving screen on Embiid, who's back in the game. Here comes Deuce McBride. He's always been in the game. He hasn't subbed out yet. McBride has it up top, coming to his right. Directing traffic. Brunson running off ball. They get it to Brunson, curling off a Robinson screen. Down the lane, gets blocked by Grimes. Great defense from Quinn Grimes. Quick outlet to Embiid, and then hit ahead to Dominic Barlow, running down the other wing. And McBride fouls him going to the basket. Great foul from Deuce McBride. Going to send Barlow to the foul line for 2 free throws. Godra said Cat needs to get it together. He does. This team's not going anywhere without him. Barlow knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. El Tigre, what's up, Tigre? Gento said trade Cat and Kolek for Giannis and Thanasis. If they could, brother, they would have did it yesterday. Barlow does miss the second one. Phenomenal foul from Deuce McBride. It was a 2-on-1 between the center and a power forward, and Deuce McBride was the lone defender. Great foul from Deuce to send him to the foul line. Only gives up 1 point in that possession. Robinson has it up top. Being guarded by Bona. Embiid is subbed out. Hands it off to Shamet. Shamet down the lane. Kicks out to Josh Hart. He's going to attack to his left. Gets to the foul line. Pull-up jumper. Comes up short. Grabs his own offensive rebound. Kicks it out to McBride. McBride will pull it out. Reset the offense. Shot clock winding down. He's going to have to attack Barlow off the bounce. Crossing over. Stop, turn, half spin, steps through. He's got nowhere to go. Kicks out to Brunson. Gets open for a 3. Grimes lost him. Shaman picks up the offensive rebound, shovels it back to Brunson, a left corner 3, and then he finally gets one to go down. 4 opportunities was enough for Jalen Brunson there. Finally got the 3 to go down, and the lead extends to 12 now, the largest lead of the game. Maxey comes to his right of a screen, spins to his left, fall away, leaves it off for Bone at the last second, gets blocked by Josh Hart, and it's going to be out of bounds back to Philly. Josh Hart, phenomenal recovery there. Great drop ball pass from Maxey as Robinson came over to contest it. Great contest from Robinson to force the drop-off pass, and then great recovery from Josh Hart to knock it out of bounds on the block on Bona. Maxey's going to inbound it under his own basket. 12 on the shot clock. They get it into Oubre, being chased by McBride. Now they get it to Quinn Grimes. Now they get it over to Bona. Bona hands it off to Maxey, coming to his right. And a moving screen on Bona. Landry Shamet, an expert of fighting through screens. How many times a game does he pick up moving screen violation fouls on the opponent? Phenomenal at fighting through these screens, running right through them hard. That's how he hurt his shoulder in the first place. I mean, it's a great acting from Sham. Give him the Oscar. Give him the Oscar. That's how you draw fouls. Brunson gets it over to Robinson. Robinson has it up top, being guarded by Bona. Spin off of him. Yeah, spun off of him. Go to the basket. Two-handed slam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can see it a mile away. Mitchell Robinson dominating this third quarter. That's my guy. Oubre hit ahead to Barlow over to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Grimes. Grimes has it up top, attacking to his left off the bonus screen. Picks up his handle, almost lost it, recovers it, hands it off to Oubre. Oubre switched on to by Brunson. Brunson knocks it out of bounds, and it's going to stay here with Philly, but 7 on their shot clock. Time ticking down for them. Let's go Knicks chant ringing out in the Philly arena right now. They get it in the Trendon Wofford. He's being guarded by Brunson. He picks up his handle. They get it out to Maxey. Maxey coming to his right. Pull up straightaway 3 over Robinson. Can't get it to go. Bona comes flying in for the offensive rebound, though, as Mitchell Robinson stepped up to guard the Maxey 3. Somebody got to put a body on him. Mitch, McBride, Brunson, Anunoby, somebody. Bona comes flying down the middle of the lane. Great effort from Bona. Brunson crosses over to his right. Wofford switched on to Brunson. He's going to walk him down to the right wing. You know he wants this pull-up 3. He's going to cross over to his left, gets into the lane, kick it out to Shamet. Extra pass to McBride. Jab step, coming to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Deuce McBride. Answered right back with a 2-pointer of his own. It's back to a 14-point game, 88-74. 2 minutes to go in this quarter. Forgot to restart the timer. Wofford bringing it down. Hands it off to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Shamet. Maxey coming to his left off the screen. Shamet sticking with him. Great defense from Landry Shamet. This is why his defense was so important. Quinn Grimes is just going to fire a contested 3 over McBride, and he can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by Wofford again. He likes this matchup. He's going to dance with it. Pulls up for the right wing over Wofford. Can't get it to go. Halfway down is a toilet bowl out. Here comes Grimes off the rebound, bringing it down. McBride will pick him up, coming to his left to kick it out. Barlow lines up a 3 over Anunoby, and he splashes it nothing but net. You got to live with Barlow lining up 3s. Good contest from Anunoby. They dare him to shoot. He does. He obliges, and he makes him pay for it. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Barlow is a sub 30% three-point shooter, so you got to live with that. Brunson has it up top. They show a double team. Beautiful behind the back over to McBride. Down low to Anunoby. Kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet coming to his left. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to McBride. Wide open right corner 3. Line me up. Can't get that one to go. Shamet can't grab the rebound. Knocked out of his hands. Diving for it. Loose ball. Brunson picks it up. Coming to his right. Now driving it down. Pump fakes. Hesitates. Leaves it off. Anunoby down the lane. Big two-handed hammer. Where's my foul two? Doesn't get it. And the Knicks are killing them in the paint right now. Wofford has it up top, hits Maxey, come back door to loose ball. Anunoby dives for it. Loose ball. Anunoby saves it into Brunson. We're bringing it down to 3-on-2. Brunson crosses over, leans in, off glass. Can't get it to go as it rolls off the front of the rim. Come on, JB, we got to get those. Here comes Bona bringing it down the other way and leaves it off for Grimes. Grimes has it up top, 38 seconds to go. Grimes, 1-on-1 against McBride. He's going to wind down the clock. 10 seconds to go in their shot clock, 30 seconds to go in the game. Grimes coming to his left off the bonus screen. They swing it out to Wofford. Extra pass to Barlow. He's going to put up another one. He's going to come up well short on that one. It's a loose ball. Brunson's going to pick it up, and Brunson will hold it for the final shot of the quarter, and they have held the 76ers to 13 points in this quarter. Brunson has it up top. He's being guarded by Barlow. Barlow, a good, decent defender here. Not the best matchup, but we know JB can cook. They're going to show a double team now. Brunson picks up his handle. They get it out to Shamet. Swings it out McBride. Wide open right wing 3. Come on, Deuce, line me up. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Wofford, 3-quarters court heave. Comes up short, and that's going to be the end of our first quarter. Deuce had some wide open looks there, Deuce. We got to knock those down, but the Knicks holding on to a 13-point lead. 90-77. 13 points is nothing in modern NBA. So the Knicks don't have a comfortable lead right here. They do have a lead, though. So you have to take advantage of being spotted 14 points to start the fourth quarter here. 12 minutes on the clock. May the best team walk out of here a winner. I mean, it's a nice quarter. Mitchell Robinson played 10 minutes in that quarter. Towns picked up his 4th foul. When? Right? He played about 10 minutes in that quarter, and the Knicks defense was locked down. The Knicks defense was phenomenal. And outside of like a 3-point shot from Barlow, who's a 25% 3-point shooter, the Knicks would have held them to 10 points in that quarter. So they held them to 13. Phenomenal quarter. Phenomenal quarter for the New York Knicks. 30-13. They won that by 17 points. and they take a 13-point lead into the fourth here. KD said if only Deuce's shot was going down. Yeah, tough night for Deuce McBride, who's 3 for 11 from the field. And I don't think he's hit a 3 tonight. Maybe he's hit 1. Let's look at the box score. We didn't look at the box score at halftime. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? 14 minutes for Cat. What is going on here? Foul trouble, brother. Foul trouble. As always with him. As always. Jason said, now go win the fourth. Let's pick up the win. All you got to do is win the fourth. Have it be even in the fourth. Have it be 25-25, 30-30. I don't care. Just stick with even with them. We did not go through the box score at halftime, so let's go with it real quick here. Darno said, don't play Cat until we have a big lead. Cat with the 4 fouls tonight, man. He does have the back injury, the back spasms. So if anybody in the postgame asks Mike Brown about it, he's got an easy out. He could just be like, look, he was in foul trouble, and we know he had the back spasm, so we kind of wanted to limit his minutes anyway. And Mitchell Robinson played well, so we were able to lean into him a little bit more tonight, and it worked out in our favor. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Perfect answer right there, but I know Mike Brown is not good at answering postgame pressing conference. Postgame questions. Avi said, just keep doing what you're doing. OG Anunoby was 17 points tonight. Quiet 17 for OG. He's done a great job of attacking the basket. He's only taken 2 threes. He's taken 9 shots going toward the basket. That's exactly what we need, an aggressive OG Anunoby. Towns has played the 14 minutes. He's taken 2 shots tonight. He's knocked down both of them, but he's picked up a couple of offensive fouls going to the basket. He's got 10 and 4. Josh Hart with 8, 9, and 6 tonight, doing a little bit of everything as usual, Big Josh. 8, 9, and 6 for Big Josh. Mikal Bridges with only 7, 3, and 4. Not a great night for Mikal Bridges at all. He's 1 for 6 from 3. Jalen Brunson with 30, doing his Jalen Brunson thing. 4 and 5 as well for JB. I mean, that's just Jalen Brunson being Jalen Brunson out there. And then you got Yabusele, who played 3 minutes with some foul trouble in the first half. Has not played the rest of the night. Mitchell Robinson with 24 minutes. He's been phenomenal tonight. 6 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. This is why you can't look at the box score when it comes to Big Mitch. My goodness, has he been so good here tonight. He's been phenomenal. Landry Shaman has also been very good guarding Maxey tonight. And this is why I continuously talked about when they were missing Shaman with the shoulder injury, how important and vital he is to this team. Another point of attack defender. Is he like a lockdown defender? No. But he's a guy you could put out there in Maxey and just slow Maxey down a little bit, not give him an easy lane to blow by. You know, he could stay in front of him decently. Maxey's going to get into the paint. Maxey's going to get his points because that's Tyrese Maxey right there. Same way Brunson's going to blow by guys and get his points no matter the defender you put on him. No matter the defender you put on Maxey, he's going to do his thing. But all you got to do is make it difficult for him. And a guy like Landry Shaman, a guy like Deuce McBride, makes things difficult for these quick guards. Shaman with 5 points tonight. He's 1 for 3 from three-point range. Deuce McBride, if he can knock down his shot tonight, man, he's 1 for 8 from 3 tonight. He's had 3 or 4 open looks, especially in that quarter. He just missed. Got to knock him down. Here we go. Philly bringing it down. Wofford has it up top. Knicks come out with Towns, and Towns picks up his 5th foul. Guarding Embiid in the post. Towns picks up number 5. Towns picks up number 5. And Huckporty is going to come in. He's going to come in for Towns, who picks up his 5th foul immediately to start the quarter. As Embiid flops to the floor. Knew exactly what he needed to do to get Towns out of the game. Now Huckporty is going to come in, and Embiid is going to look to take advantage of that matchup. Right? I don't think that was much of a foul. They didn't show a replay on it, but I didn't think it was much of a foul. But like Jalen Brunson, Embiid knows. All I got to do is accentuate the contact, slip and fall to the floor, and then look at the official, and I'll get the call. Because my name is Joel Embiid, and I get those calls. Embiid fires a mid-range jumper and airballs it, but Philly saves it. Edgecombe saves it out the Grimes. Straightaway 3 can't get it to go. Embiid, another offensive rebound. He slips and falls to the floor. And then a foul. And Embiid is on the floor holding that left knee as Huckporty fell on top of him. Dangerous, reckless play for Huckporty. Vic said Cat is scared of Embiid. I don't think he's scared of Embiid at all. I think he's just picks up offensive fouls, and Embiid is phenomenal at picking up fouls. Embiid is phenomenal at baiting guys in the fouls. Joseph said Cat is a dummy. They get it into Watford. Embiid's going to remain in the game. Embiid has it up top. Hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe attacking to his right, gets into the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Huck Porty rips it down in the paint. Yes, sir, big Huck. Huck Porty was just down there in the G League, by the way. Got called up knowing Towns was questionable with the back injury. Josh Hart hands it off to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Wofford on a switch. They get it into Huck. Huck turns, attacking to his left, fakes the handoff, keeps it, kicks it out to McBride. Shot clock winding down. Pump fakes. McBride's got to heave it up. Doesn't get it off in time. And it is a shot clock violation. Holding on to it a little too long, Big Huck. You got to find somebody to hand it off to. (92-77). 15-point lead for the Knicks. Watford down the lane, gets blocked by Huck Porty. Great effort from Huck, and then he points to Watford. Hilarious. McBride gets it out. They swing it out to Shamit. Shamit lines up a right wing three. Way off on that one. Josh Hart the offensive rebound. Back to Shamit. He's going to attack along the baseline. Leaves it off for McBride. McBride's going to attack along the baseline. In and out dribble. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to attack to his left. Foul line floater. Got it to go for Big Josh. And Josh Hart has his double-double, and he's got 6 assists on the board right now. Edgecombe has it up top. He's being guarded by McBride. A 17-point lead for the Knicks. They get it over to Paul George, being guarded by Bridges. They swing it back out to Edgecombe. Edgecombe being guarded by McBride. Attacking to his left. Euro steps down the lane, puts up the floater. Got it to go for VJ Edgecombe. Tough, strong move for VJ Edgecombe right there. And McBride bringing it down. Like I said, you just got to stay even with this team. McBride crosses over to his right. Attacking. Stops. Turns. Pump fake. Leans in. Draws the foul. Can't get the friendly roll on the shot as he hit the front of the rim, but he'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws and 9:30 to go. MBM said we never left. Never left. Absolutely. Jason said, my app went nuts. Looked like I didn't miss much. No, Knicks dominated that third quarter thanks to Mitchell Robinson mostly. Also some really good offensive movement from the Knicks. McBride finally knocks down a free throw after he missed 2 earlier. Jay said, I really like Huck as a player. For the most part, I like Huck as a player. Sometimes he's out there and I'm like, what is he doing? McBride knocks down both free throws. And Watford will bring it down. Back to 17. Embiid has it up top, attacking to his left. Euro steps past Josh Hart, draws the block and foul. Misses the floater, but Embiid is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Prime is Maxey going back in? Maxey will come back in, probably around the 8-minute mark. Dom Anthony said Cape Crusaders are changing capes now. Camille Lightburn said Edgecombe isn't doing anything. No, Edgecombe tends to not do as much when Embiid is out there because he falls down the pecking order down to like 3rd, 4th, sometimes maybe even 5th on the chopping block in terms of offensive order. But Embiid misses the free throw, baby. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. We love when our opponents miss free throws. Every single time we love it. Every single time. Jay said, Embiid is special, but injuries are his worst enemy. Yeah. I mean, I could read you the context I wrote for Joel Embiid. Phenomenal player. Career is probably going to be defined by the like really bad flopping he was doing earlier in his career and the injuries. Embiid misses 2 free throws. Huck Porty with the rebound. Here comes Deuce McBride. McBride coming to his right. Throws it out to Josh Hart. He's going to pump fake, drive the lane. Throws up another floater. Can't get that one to go. Huck Porty, the offensive rebound. Saves it out to McBride. Huck Porty's been fantastic as well since coming into the game. Fantastic from Huck. Bridges lines up a straightaway 3. Way off on that one. Oubre with the rebound. And gets it over to Embiid. Edgecombe crosses over, putting his head down, attacking. Layup with the left hand. Got it. Oh, my goodness. VJ Edgecombe just putting his head down and attacking. There you go, VJ Edgecombe. Your team needs you. And he said, let me lock in real quick. McBride coming to his right, driving it down, takes a bump, kicks it out to Anunoby, catches it on the run, crosses back over to his right, pulls it out. He's being guarded by Embiid, dancing with it. Crosses over to his left, down the lane, pump fake, kicks it out to Josh Hart. He's going to line up a 3, line me up. Can't get that one to go. Embiid, good box out and rebound. And now here comes Edgecombe bringing it down the other way. Edgecombe has it up top to get over to Embiid. Embiid hands it off to Paul George. Paul George Puts up the straightaway three off the screen. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. Philly, in order to get back into this one, lining it up from three, trying to catch a break, trying to get hot. Can't. Anunoby, nice lob over the top of Embiid to Huck Porty, who was ready for it, and he lays it up and in. Anunoby's doing a phenomenal job of putting his head down and attacking tonight. 17-point lead for the Knicks, 8 minutes to go. Paul George attacking to his left, leaves it off for Embiid. He's going to line up the straightaway three, and he's going to knock it down. And Deuce McBride will bring it down the other way. We're under 8 to go here. We should be seeing Brunson get to the scorer's table at some point here. Maxey sitting at the scorer's table getting ready to check in. Josh Hart gets it over to Huck. Hands it off to Bridges, coming to his right. Great handoff. Bridges, a mid-range pull-up jumper off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Huck battling for it. Knocks the ball loose, but Oubre picks it up and then saves it over to Grimes. Grimes is going to bring it down against Huck. Goes to the basket. High off glass. Got it to go. Beautiful drive and finish for Quinn Grimes. It was good defense from Huck Porty, who followed him all the way to the rim and contested it well, but incredible finish from Grimes there. And back to a 12-point game. Like I said, that lead is nothing. That lead is nothing. Philly will make a run here, and this will come down to the wire. Not expecting the Knicks to make this one easy at all. Jay said Bridges is a killer, man. Yeah, get McHale out of there. Get McHale out of there. If we have Brunson, McBride, Hart, Anunoby, and either Huck Porty, Robinson, or Towns, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Get Bridges out of there. Tommy Anthony said getting sloppy quickly. Yeah, you got to get Brunson back in this game. Good full timeout from the Knicks. 76ers cut it down to 12. The quarter is 8-9. So, like I said, if they can just stay even with Philly in this quarter, they walked in with a 12-point lead, right? Or a 13-point lead. They walked into this quarter with a 13-point lead. They got spotted 13 points. So even if you just stay even to the end of the game, you should be good. Should be good. Jermaine Proud, what's up, Jermaine? Maxey playing like trash. They'll have a chance, though. Come on, Philly. They do still have a chance. They do still have a chance. Maxey's a killer. If he heats up here in this fourth quarter, whew. Like I said, I'm not expecting the Knicks to keep them an arm's distance away. I'm expecting this to come down to the wire. Darnell, so put some bench in for a few minutes. He just subbed Anunoby back in. He's been playing well. Josh Hart's also been playing well. I'd get Bridges out of the game. He's 3 for 12 from the floor tonight. He's been terrible. McBride also can't buy a basket, but his defense has been solid. He's got 9 points, 3 for 11 from the field. But you got to get Brunson back in this game at some point, and he usually comes in around the 8-minute mark. So 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter, coming out of the timeout. Maxey and Brunson, I expect to be on the court to end the game here. AP reminding people to the like button. Appreciate you, AP. If you're enjoying the show so far, hit the thumbs up button and like the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. It is by far the best thing you can do. Support the channel, support the community, support the content, and I'd appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Chris Basketball said, do you think Clarkson gets traded since he isn't being played? They'll shop the market and see if they can include him on a trade here and there to kind of sweeten the deal. But he doesn't have much of a market. He signed the veterans minimum for a reason. Doesn't have much of a market. Nuruk. What's up, Nuruk? Tears went back. Go, Nick. Here we go. Knicks with a 12-point lead. 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Can they hold on? Can they hold on? Ivory Edwards. Yes, sir. Bridges out. Shamet in for defense on Maxey. I'd appreciate that. Very much so. Very much so. How many minutes has Shamet played today? Shamet has played 19 minutes. Bridges has played 27. I mean, if we end the game with more Shamet than Bridges, I'll be fine with that. Definitely be fine with that. Does it put Brunson and Shamet back in? Absolutely. Maybe a Mitchell Robinson as well. Maybe a Mitchell Robinson as well, putting in. Jason said, I decided to gamble on sports today. I took the under on OG, so I knew he would do well. It was worth the $2 investment for sure. It might be worth it. It's worth it for you, brother, for sure. For sure. Dom Anthony says, Shamet is key to Crusaders flying high. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Brunson is back in. He has it up top. He's being guarded by Oubre. Coming to his left. Saves it over to Bridges. Bridges is going to look to attack down the lane. Gets caught in the air. Tries to kick it out in the corner to Anunoby and gets knocked out of bounds by Tyrese Maxey. So the Knicks come out with Anunoby, Towns, Hart, Bridges, and Brunson. Towns has the 5 personal fouls. And Philly comes out with Edgecombe, Oubre, Towns, Maxey, and Paul George. Embiid blocks Towns at the rim, and now here comes Philly. Maxey, attacking to his right, behind the back, step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper. Can't get that one to go. Towns comes flying in for the rebound. There you go, Big Cat. Here comes Josh Hart bringing it down the other way. Under 7 to go. Approaching the halfway point of this fourth quarter, and the Knicks have a 12-point lead. Josh Hart coming to his right. They get over to Bridges. A right corner three from McHale. Can't get that one to go. Embiid with the rebound. Now here comes Edgecombe. Quick hit to Maxey, beating the Knicks down the court. Maxey takes a bump and gets the finish over Brunson. He's going to go to the foul line for one more, trying to get it back to a single-digit game. And if you guys know my 4 layers of a comeback, we talk about it all the time for Philly. You cut a double-digit lead down to single digits. You get it to a one-possession game. You take the lead, and then obviously you ultimately go for the win. The Knicks held as large of a 17-point lead, which is really nothing in the NBA. But they can cut it down now to single digits as Maxey does just that. It's a 9-point game, so that's 1 layer down for Philly. Knicks got to hold on strong. 98-89. Josh Hart has it up top. Josh Hart. And it looks like Philly's in a box and one. No, they're playing man, but it looks like a box and one as they're guarding Brunson full court, face-to-face. Not even letting him touch the ball. Towns has it up top to get over to Josh Hart. They swing it over to Bridges. Bridges attacking to his right, kicks it back out to Towns. Wide open 3. Towns line me up. In and out, halfway down, but a toilet bowl is out. Now here comes Maxey pushing it the other way. Maxey attacking to his left, swings it out. Edgecombe, extra pass to Oubre. Left corner 3, can't get it to go. Towns with another rebound over to Josh Hart. And Philly just can't knock down any of these momentum threes. Josh Hart then gets fouled by Oubre. Okay, let's calm it down. Calm it down. NBM said every team makes a run, for sure. For sure. It's how you respond to those runs every time. Absolutely. They get it into Brunson. Brunson bringing it down against Oubre. Brunson has it on the right wing. Pulls it out as Edgecombe switches onto him. They swing it over to Josh Hart. Now over to Bridges. Attacks the baseline. Goes up, reverse layup. Wild reverse layup. Towns the offensive rebound and then knocked out of bounds by Towns. Bridges, absolutely horrendous decision. Can you go up strong and dunk the dang ball, man? What is that wild reverse-looking kind of trash layup attempt? Doesn't even hit the rim. Maxey steps back, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid attacking to his right, spins to his left. Gets stripped by Towns. Excellent defense. Hit ahead to Bridges. Left wing 3. Can he knock one down? No, way off on that one. Josh Hart, the offensive rebound, over to Bridges. Bridges floater. And he can't even knock that down. Battle for the rebound. Paul George pulls it out. Get Mikal Bridges out of this game, man. Get him out of this game. They get over to Oubre. Oubre down the lane, leaves it off to Embiid. Embiid gets fouled and 1 over Towns, and Towns fouls out. Get him out of the game, too. Get him out of the game, too. I mean, absolutely horrendous game from Mikal Bridges. I think he's been bad defensively and offensively. I think he's been horrendous offensively. I don't even care if he was having a good defensive game. Get him out of the game, man. He has had wide open look after wide open look. Whether it's layups, mid-range shots, or threes, he can't make anything. At least Deuce McBride's knocked down some mid-range shots, even though he can't knock down a 3. And the defense has been fantastic from Deuce tonight. Mikal Bridges, get him all the way out of this game. Sturcho said momentum's been shifted, for sure. For sure. But I expected this. Uncle Brian, what's up, Uncle Brian? VJ, shoot a 3, please, bro. Embiid at the foul line. Mitchell Robinson's back in, along with Landry Shaman from Mikal Bridges. Thank you. Now the Knicks need to close it out. This should be their closing lineup, and Embiid knocks down his and 1 free throw. Josh Hart will bring the ball down. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Knicks with a 6-point lead. Josh Hart has it up top, being guarded by Oubre. They get over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Edgecombe. Good defense from Edgecombe. Brunson jab step, driving it down in the lane. Step back, fall away midi. High arcing, can't get it to go. Oubre with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Oubre driving it down against Josh Hart, runs right into Josh Hart and draws a blocking foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. 4 fouls on Mitchell Robinson as well. Jay Davis said trade those 2 guys tonight. Chance, what's up, Chance? Oubre misses a free throw. We'll take missed free throws from the opponent. He's got one more coming. 98-92. Knicks holding on to a 6-point lead here. Like I said, I expect this to be under 5 and for it to be a cardiac affair down the stretch. Here we go. Jay Hammer said for Ann Davis and Flag. Yeah, I'm sure they're dying to trade Cooper Flag, brother. Oubre gets a nice friendly roll off the front of the rim. Knocks the second free throw down. And it is 98-93, under 5 to go. 5-point lead for the New York Knicks, and Josh Hart has it up top. Get over to Anunoby. Anunoby swings through to his right. He's being guarded by Maxey. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart coming to his left. Steps back for a left wing three. Don't love that shot. Can't get it to go. Robinson battling. Snags the offensive rebound. Saves it out to Brunson. Brunson swings it over to Shamet. A straightaway three. Line me up, Landry. Line me up, Landry Shamet. Yes, sir. Beautiful extra pass for Brunson. Who saved the possession? Mitchell Robinson, of course, with yet another offensive rebound. Maxey attacking to his right, step back, spins, kicks it up top to Embiid. Coming to his left against Robinson, driving it down. Robinson comes up with the steal, saves it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart shot out of a cannon. He's going to go all the way to the layup against Maxey. Can't get the layup to go, but a foul is called. And Josh Hart will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And Embiid is upset looking for a foul call on Mitchell Robinson. He's not going to get it. And Josh Hart could put the Knicks back up by 10 here. Great defense from Mitch. Jason said, Mitch and Shamet, just what the doctor ordered. Should be leaning into a lot of Mitch and Shamet down the stretch of this season. Just saying. Josh Hart at the foul line, just got to knock down our free throws, big dog. And he misses a free throw, because it can never be that simple. 4:16 to go. Josh Hart has one more coming. Eric Dumb said Landry Shamet was a big difference maker. Yes, he was. Ruben said, keep it up, Knicks. Josh Hart with 10, 12, and 6 tonight. Got one more free throw coming. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jay Hammer. 4:16 to go. Kareem, free throws hurt us. They do. As Josh Hart misses yet another one. If the Knicks lose tonight, point to the free throws, man. Point to the free throws. Here comes Maxey bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Shamet. Maxey coming to his right off the Embiid screen. Behind the back pass to Embiid. Embiid can't get the handoff to Paul George. Tries to get it to Paul George. And a foul. Is that on Robinson? No, a foul on Brunson. Foul on Brunson. Knicks almost came up with another steal, but the Phillies in the bonus for the final 4 minutes here. Embiid at the foul line for 2 more. Knicks with an 8-point lead, and Embiid can cut it to 6. Carlton McClary? What's up, Carlton? I'm from the future. Knicks win the chip this year? I'm going to take your word for it, Carlton. I'm going to take your word for it, brother. Embiid knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. We're going to get a timeout from the Knicks. When we come back from this timeout, Embiid will have 1 free throw remaining. Jason said, yikes, cardiac Knicks. It's never going to be a simple ending with the Knicks. It's always got to come down to the wire. Every single time. Darnell said, ref is trying to get this game to the Sixers. I think it's been a fine officiated game. They've missed calls for both sides. That I'm sure is frustrating for both teams, for both fan bases. But there's been some pretty egregious missed calls, for sure. For sure. Amy said, I'm not panicked yet. Maybe I should be. No, I don't think you should be panicked, but it's going to be a close game. Don't expect the Knicks to run away with this one. Jason said, this is the Knicks being the Knicks. Yeah. They're going to have to win back the confidence of this fan base after that really, really bad stretch. Eric Dumb said, it could be the fire start as certain Knicks hitting the wall. Mike Brown got to know to tinker with lineups during games. Listen, if it were up to me, Mikal Bridges would be coming off the bench. I I'd be leaning a lot more into Mitchell Robinson than he is. But at the same time, they're purposely not. He's on a like quote unquote minutes restriction. He's not really on a minutes restriction. It's kind of an unspoken rule with Big Mitchell Robinson. They're just trying to make sure they salvage him for the playoff run. Don't want to put him in any position where he's playing too much. But you know, in a perfect world, you lean a lot into the double big lineup of Robinson and Towns. You lean a lot into Shaman and McBride off the bench, or McBride in the starting lineup. You have Mikal Bridges probably, like I would start Deuce McBride over Mikal Bridges, but they're not going to do that. They traded 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. So the only other guy who could bring off the bench is Josh Hart. I would be starting Brunson, McBride, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. And then my first substitution will probably be Robinson for Anunoby. Second substitution will probably be Bridges for one of the wings. And then, you know, you play your game from there. But that's obviously not going to happen. That's like video game stuff. We're not going to be able to do that. There's egos in the way, contract stuff in the way, locker room stuff in the way. That's never going to happen. MBM said Mike Brown needs to come off the bench in the playoffs. Oh, Mikal Bridges, MB. I thought that was Mike Brown. Mikal Bridges needs to come off the bench in the playoffs. That's never going to happen. We can talk about it. It's probably the right thing that should be done, but it's not going to happen. Tom Anthony said this game shows we don't need Yabu or Cat or Clarkson or Kolek. Trade them all for a big guard. The issue is that you're then very reliant on Mitchell Robinson. And we know his injury history. Ivory Edwards said the Knicks have to pass the ball. Good spacing. No double team turnovers. I mean, easier said than done. At the end of the day, you're going to put the ball in your best player's hands and see what they can get you. William Yan, yes, sir, brother, yes, sir. Raptori said, hopefully we win by 20 points. Pretty unlikely, but hopefully. Here we go. We're back into it. Embiid has one more free throw. And the quarter right now is 18-11. That Philly is winning it. MBM said, once we get Sadiq Bey, Mikal Bridges to the bench, they're not getting Sadiq Bey, brother. He's playing too well. Knicks can't afford him. Embiid does knock down his second free throw. It is 95-101. It is a 6-point game. Deuce McBride bringing it down. The Knicks are out there with Brunson, McBride, Shamit, Anunoby, and Hart. No center? Wow. All right. Get it over to Brunson. Brunson quickly attacking to his left down the lane, throws up the floater, comes up short, can't get the shot to go down. We're getting decent looks. We got to knock him down, y'all. Got to knock him down. Edgecombe has it on the right wing. Get it to Embiid, being guarded by Anunoby. Embiid in the post, backing him down. Backing him down. They show a double team. He leans in. They kick it out to Paul George. They swing it around. Oubre wide open left corner three. Can't get it to go. Anunoby, good box out and rebound over Embiid. Knicks catch a break there. I'm not a big fan of this small lineup here. Let's see if it pays off. Brunson attacking to his, not with Embiid out there. They get it over to Anunoby, back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right of the handoff. Being switched onto by Paul George. Don't love this matchup. Josh Hart's going to come set the screen, try to get a switch. Now McBride comes over to set the screen. He comes to his right. Embiid switched onto him. They show a double team. They get it over to McBride. McBride over to Shamit. Shot clock running down. Shamit to the rim. Layup. Can't get the layup to go. And he draws the foul instead. All right. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Thank you, Landry. Thank you. I was going to say, the layup didn't even hit the rim. Now we just need to knock down the free throws. Josh Hart missed 2 previously. Please knock down your free throws. A little over 3 minutes to go. Shaman at the foul line. Knock down your free throw. He misses a free throw. Free throws are going to be the end of the Knicks tonight, the same way it was the end of the Houston Rockets when they played Philly. Houston missed 12 free throws against them. They shot 50% from the foul line. They were 12 for 24 and ended up losing the game. Knicks are on pace to possibly end up with the same fate. Shaman does at least knock down the second one. 102-95, a 7-point lead for the Knicks with just under 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Maxey has it on the left wing. They lob it over to Embiid, being guarded by Anunoby. They get it down low to Oubre against Brunson, and he gets the easy layup to go. Oubre's also looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it. They get it into Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets it over to McBride. McBride will bring it down against Paul George. McBride has it up top. Attacking to his right. McBride gets it over to Brunson. Brunson, jab step, coming to his right. Shot clock running down. They get over to McBride. McBride attacking in the lane. Leaves it off for Anunoby. Can't get the dunk to go. Good block from Embiid. Anunoby's looking for the foul call. Oubre runs right into Brunson. No foul call. How is that not a charge? Embiid gets the offensive rebound and putback. How is that not a charge? How is that not a charge? They ran over Brunson. That's got to be a blocker charge. That's got to be a call. Brunson gives the refs a thumbs up. May have unlocked JB. Here we go. 102-99. 2 minutes to go. Josh Hart bringing it down. Some full court press from Philly here. They're trying to speed up the pace of this game. Trying to rush the Knicks. Josh Hart has it up top. They get it to Brunson. Brunson has it up top. He's being guarded by Edgecombe. Coming to his right up the Anunoby screen. On the right wing. Going to attack. Kicks it over to Shamet. A right corner three for Shamet. Comes up short. Anunoby with the one-handed putback dunk. Yes, sir, OG. Drop him in from the rafters. Lead back up to 5. 104-99. Under 2 to go. Stops and scores. Stops and scores. Anunoby doing a great job of fronting Embiid there. Anunoby doing a great job of fronting Embiid there. They almost throw it away. Embiid has to get it in the deep corner being guarded by Anunoby. Gonna look to back him down now. Backing him down. Backing him down. Show the double. They show the double. They kick it out. Edgecombe. A wide open straightaway three. He's clutch. He's clutch and he knocks it down. Great pass from Embiid. Knicks have to be ready if they're bringing the double team to get over there and force the extra pass. McBride has it up top. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Paul George now. 1 minute to go. They get it over to Josh Hart. Over to Anunoby. Pump fakes. Sets his feet. Fires from 3. OG Anunoby! Back-to-back buckets for Big OG. Big-time three-point shot to get the 3 points right back from Edgecombe. Maxey has it on the right wing. He's being guarded by Shamet. They get it over to Oubre. They lob it down low to Embiid. He catches, leans into Anunoby, puts up the floater. He can't get the floater to go. Great defense from OG. OG locking up Joel Embiid here. I love Mike Brown trusting OG to do it because you know I wouldn't have. I absolutely wouldn't have. Brunson has it, driving it down through the lane, leaves it off for McBride. McBride kicks it out to Anunoby. Pass fake, extra pass. Shamet wide open by himself. Line me up. Landry Shamet and the Knicks are going to be able to pull this one off in a timeout from the Philadelphia 76ers. 8-point lead for the Knicks and get the crowd going, Landry. Yes, sir. Here we go. 41 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Great ball movement from the Knicks. Mike Brown did something I would not have done. I would have trusted my big men. I would have foolishly trusted my big men. I would have said, I need Mitchell Robinson out there after the third quarter that he had. And Mike Brown said, no, I'm going to throw a curveball at him. Let's go small ball. Anunoby, can you lock up Embiid? Anunoby said, no problem. This is what I do. He said, let me guard Joel Embiid for the final half of this fourth quarter here. I got it. And when he did it, I said, okay, I don't like this lineup, but let's see how it works out. This is why you guys, when you guys are like, he would be a good head coach, I would not be a good head coach because I would not have gone to this. I would not have gone to this as my closing lineup. And it's paid dividends because the Knicks offensively, having multiple ball handlers out there, Embiid doesn't know who to guard because he can't guard any of the perimeter players out there because he's limited with his mobility. He's having to pass guys off defensively as he's trying to stay in the paint. And the Knicks are taking advantage of it, and you end up with a wide open 3 for Anunoby. You end up with a wide open 3 for Shamet. And next thing you know, the Knicks have built up an 8-point lead again. Bruce Fowler said this validates the net win. Now we can enjoy both. I mean, the net win you could have enjoyed. It was a good first step. Thankfully, they didn't take a step back here tonight yet again. They're still in it. They're still making proper moves forward. 41 seconds to go. An eternity in basketball. Got to continue to get stops and scores here. 110, 102. 41 seconds to go. My timer's a little ahead, so we'll let at least one offensive play here. They get it into Maxey, being guarded by Shamet. Spins, coming to his right. Walks into a pull-up 3 over Anunoby and Shamet, and he knocks it down. Maxey clutch too. 5-point game. An eternity. They double-team Brunson. And a jump ball. Paul George and Edgecombe tie up Jalen Brunson. Nobody there to help Jalen Brunson off the inbound. Knicks walking around too much. 8-point lead is nothing, y'all. 30 seconds to go. Jump ball between Edgecombe and Brunson. Edgecombe has the advantage. He's a freak of nature athlete. Raptor said, we're going to win? Let's not count our chickens before they hatch, y'all. Not count our chickens before they hatch. 30 seconds to go. Jump ball between Brunson and VJ Edgecombe. Here we go. Jump ball between the two small guards. And they're going to re-jump it. No, they call a foul on Brunson, so that's free throws. Wow, Tony Brothers, terrible official. Tony Brothers, let me see the replay. Is it bad? Is it an obvious foul here? To me, that's a nothing foul. That's a nothing foul. He did hold on to his arm. It is technically a foul if you want to call it. To me, that's a nothing foul. VJ Edgecombe comes to the foul line for 2 free throws. This man has ice water in his veins even as a rookie. So VJ Edgecombe steps into the foul line for 2 free throws. He can knock it to a single possession game. Knocks down the first one. He can get to layer 2 of a comeback. Single possession game. 30 seconds to go. Charles Austin said, we're not out of the woods yet. No, we're not. No, we're not. Joe said, I'm going to crash out. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, man. Edgecombe knocks down both. And a timeout for Mike Brown. 1 possession game, 110-107, 30 seconds to go. Oh, man, they said Bookie's taking over the game. That's just Tony Brothers being a bad official. He is my least favorite official in the NBA. I think he's horrible. But that's also a foul on Brunson. Like, you can't put yourself in a situation where the officials could even call that foul. Get your hands off him. William Yan said Maxey is all NBA second team. He might be first team. Definitely at least 2. Camilla said bang, bang, Edgecombe. Got it. I got saved with that foul. Bruce Fowler said, feel like I've seen Maxey hit like 4 game-winning half-court shots. Motor said we need a score here. For sure. I mean, they just need to be able to inbound the ball and get it past half court. That is number 1 priority here. Jay Davis said that's poor defense on the officials. You just, if you're Brunson, you can't put yourself in that situation where they could even call the foul on you. It's a jump ball. Just go up for the jump ball. I'm going to get rid of the game cast. We'll leave the box score up just because I don't want to get spoiled. And I'm slightly behind on the stream here. The game cast was updating slightly before I was seeing, and I could see the stream moving. I'm not looking at what's happening, but I could see the game cast moving, so I know things are happening. So here we go. We're going to put the box score up here for the Knicks. We'll leave that up here for the remainder of the 30 seconds here in the fourth quarter. We'll bring it back if the game does end up in overtime, but we'll just call it straight here. Offensive foul on Brunson. Ball going back to Philly. Offensive foul on Brunson. Brunson saying to challenge it. They are gonna challenge it. Mike Brown and the Knicks coaching staff are gonna challenge it. On the replay there that they showed a really bad angle of it. But on the replay that they showed, it looked like it was a foul and Edgecombe holding on to Brunson. And then he loses his balance and falls over, and it looks like Brunson discards him. We're just gonna have to see what the officials come out with. Charles Austin said 76ers is the Knicks rival, not the Pistons. Here we go. Tom Anthony said, MB sucks. That could be Mikal Bridges. That could be Mike Brown. And I wouldn't be able to disagree with you at all. Oh, that's a flop from Edgecombe. Either he lost his balance, but he waves the arm. Let's see at this angle. He's holding on to Brunson. All right, this is a better angle. So this is just the way this is going to go is going to be dependent on what the officials deem marginal contact. To me, Edgecombe is all over Brunson, holding on to him with the left arm. if this is called a foul on Edgecombe, this is before the ball is inbounded, so it would be 1 free throw for Brunson and the Knicks get the ball back. If this stands as a foul on Brunson, Edgecombe gets 2 free throws, I believe. It's a foul on the Knicks, and they're in the bonus. They put Steve Javie up there, who was a former official, who's the head of the replay center or something like that. He's the voice of the replay center at least. He comes on and he says that he would call the foul on Edgecombe there. Hey Cowboys, what's up, Tay? He's holding JB. He is holding JB. Kwame Robinson said the fix is in. JM said Pistons way too good to be considered a rival. They rival Boston with Tatum, Brown, White, and Garza. Throwing Garza in there is hilarious. All right, let's see what they come out with. Ivory Edwards says Edgecombe creates the contact. He does create the contact. Also, underrated side to this challenge by Mike Brown. This is the Knicks' final timeout. Foul on Edgecombe. Away from the play foul. 1 free throw for Jalen Brunson. Successful challenge. Okay, and the Knicks lose the timeout anyway, despite the fact that it was a successful challenge because it's the second challenge. So you lose the timeout there. So the Knicks have no more timeouts remaining. Brunson going to the foul line for 1 free throw. And the Knicks get the ball back. This could decide the game. If Brunson can knock down his free throw, this puts the Knicks up by 4, which takes it away from being a 1-possession game. So Philly has 1 timeout remaining, and they have 1 challenge remaining, I believe. So Brunson gets the free throw. Knock down your free throws, JB. Or knock down your 1 free throw, JB. 30 seconds to go. Jalen Brunson knocks down the free throw, gets a friendly bounce off the front of the rim. 30 seconds to go. Knicks got to inbound the ball again. Here we go. Knicks got to inbound it now. They have the same small 5 out there. Brunson, Shamet, McBride, Anunoby, and Josh Hart's inbounding. They got nowhere to go. He throws a wild pass to McBride. He catches it. Being guarded by Paul George. He's going to try and tick down the clock as much as he can. They have a full shot clock to get over to Anunoby. Being guarded by Bona, and they foul OG. Anunoby's going to go to the foul line for 2. Knock down your free throws, OG. We have a 4-point lead. You can extend it to 6. That's 2 threes. 26 seconds to go. All right. Milk the clock, Charles. They tried to milk the clock. Bona said, screw it, I'm fouling. Anunoby at the foul line for 2. Raph Torres said, we need to win this. Be a big win. Nice big win. Jason said, thank goodness he made the free throw so we don't have to watch both teams foul each other. We might still have to watch both teams foul each other. Anunoby knocks down the first free throw. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ricky Boo. What's up, Ricky Boo? Come on, Knicks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, Knicks. Anthony Jeans said, Tony Brothers should be investigated. I just don't think he's a very good official. I just don't think he's very good at his job. Just me, though. I'm not a Tony Brothers fan. All the stories I've heard about him makes me think he's not a great dude. Anunoby at the foul line. Knock down the first one. Knock me down one more, OG. Knock me down one more. Make it a 6-point game. Misses the second free throw. Here comes Maxey. No threes. No and ones. Maxey crossing over to his left. Attacking Anunoby. Spins to his right. In the lane. Layup. Got it to go. Okay. Quick 2. Get it into McBride. McBride spins. Keeping his dribble alive. Coming to his right. Breaks the press. Hit ahead to Shamet. Shamet's going to go all the way. Leaves it off for Anunoby. Scoop lay with the left hand. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Paul George is going to send Anunoby back to the foul line for 2 with 10 seconds to go. All right. So 10 seconds to go. 3 seconds remaining. Shout out Deuce McBride for breaking the press, by the way. Spun off with a double team. And a challenge for Nick Nurse. Okay. That's a good time to use the challenge. Whether it's a good challenge or not, that's a good time to use the challenge and the timeout. Rainer Villaveja, what's up, Rainer? Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ozar, it's a close game, real close game. Really close game. Good challenge from Philly. This is their last time out. They had a challenge remaining. Might as well use it here. I got to see the replay. Anunoby goes to the rim. The verticality for Paul George. That looks clean to me. And then Edgecombe picks up the loose ball rebound, so they should have imminent possession. Maybe Paul George's arm comes down and they call that a foul, but that looks clean to me. That looks clean to me. He jumps straight up here. Arms come up, and then at the very last second there, the right arm comes down to try and slap at the ball for a block. But to me, that's clean. To me, that's verticality rule at its finest. When the arm comes down, it doesn't make contact with any part of Anunoby's body. I think that's a clean defensive play from Paul George there. And Edgecombe comes over for the rebound, so Philly should have imminent possession after this challenge. Successful challenge. Philly gets the ball back with 10 seconds to go, and it's a three-point game. No threes. No threes. So who said it earlier? We don't have to watch these two teams foul each other. The Knicks will probably look to foul Philly here so they don't get the three. Both teams don't have any timeouts remaining. Both teams in the bonus. And now here we go. So Edgecombe will inbound with Paul George, Oubre, Embiid, and Maxey. All five guys capable of knocking down a three here. Edgecombe, nowhere to go. Gets it over to Maxey, spinning to his right. Throws up a three. Can't get it to go. Out of bounds. Maxey felt the contact, thought they were going to foul. He just heaved it up there. It's an air ball. A lot of contact, no foul call. I think they were saying Maxey was a little out of control there. They inbounded it to Brunson, and Brunson gets fouled. Philly upset because they felt like the Knicks were trying to foul Maxey. Shamet reaches out and he grabs Maxey at the foul, which is why Maxey rises up and just heaves it. And I thought maybe Anunoby ran into Maxey, and that could have been called a foul as well, but he didn't. Maxey was just off balance and fell. But Maxey and Shamet laughing right now. Well, Shamet's laughing, and Maxey is discussing how you fouled him. And the refs just let the contact go. Maxey definitely should not have heaved that up there like that, though. And Brunson misses a free throw with 5 seconds remaining. Come on, JB. Knock this next one down, put us up by 4, and end the game. My goodness. No timeouts for Philly. Brunson missed the first one. He misses 2. Embiid with the rebound. And he throws it away. Brunson came over to foul Embiid, and they didn't call the foul again. And that ends the game. And Philly definitely has a little bit of a bone to pick. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but they definitely have a little bit of a bone to pick. Maxey definitely should have risen and just heaved up a shot after the foul. You weren't going to get 3 free throws anyway. It's a bad decision for Maxey. You still continue to try and play even if they call the foul for situations exactly like that. And then Embiid felt like he got fouled, and he definitely did. Brunson came over to grab him. But I think Embiid had already let the ball go, so they let the contact go. But Embiid just throws the ball away. Unless he was slapped on the arm and the ball was loose. Either way, the Knicks survive. The Knicks survive and pick up a victory. 2 in a row. 2 in a row for New York. Whew. Thank goodness they walk away with the victory here tonight. Joseph said, these Knicks are so stressful. I mean, they're the cardiac Knicks, man. They're the cardiac Knicks. That's a tough Philly team right there. Knicks pick up a big, tough victory there. We are at 5:50, so we have about 30 minutes before we have this Cavs game, Cavs versus Magic. So we're going to sign off here, and then we'll be live again in about half an hour to go through Cavs Magic pregame. David M. says, this is a good playoff matchup. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Daniel Dash, appreciate you, Daniel. He said, see you tomorrow, Chevy and Peeps. Go Knicks. And they're back to third now. Yes, they are back to third. We're going to stay live for Cavs versus Magic right after this game. In 30 minutes, we'll come back live for the pregame of Cavs versus Magic. D. Grant said, what did I miss? Missed not too much. Not too much went on tonight. Anunoby, 23 points. Big old game here tonight. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Thought he was fantastic, especially down the stretch guarding Embiid. Karl Anthony Towns, a middling game, 10.6 boards. We know he had the back injury. He picked up 6 fouls. He ended up fouling out in 16 minutes. Not good for Karl Anthony Towns. It is what it is. Rickaboo and Rainier with the subscriptions. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight. We will stay live. We're going to stay live. Doubleheader here tonight. Josh Hart with a 10, 13, and 7 game. A very Josh Hardian type of game. 5 offensive rebounds for Big Josh. Mikal Bridges was god-awful tonight. 9 points, 3 boards, 4 assists. Thought he was horrendous. Did not like his game one bit tonight. Jalen Brunson, 31, 5, and 6. Missed 2 free throws down the stretch, but it did not hurt them in the long run. He was 6 for 12 from 3. My goodness, JB, carrying this offense in some stretches. Mindset, John was up mindset. Scrappy but victorious. That's what counts. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I like shoes. We did it. We pulled off a big victory. Mitchell Robinson was phenomenal in that third quarter. The entirety of the third quarter after Towns picked up his 5th foul. 6 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was awesome defensively. Mitchell Robinson is rounding back into defensive form. The offensive rebound was great to start the year, but the defense had not caught up. The defense is starting to catch up for Mitchell Robinson. He was phenomenal tonight. Hulk Porty had to come in for a 4-minute stretch after Towns fouled out to start the 4th, and he was fantastic in his 4 minutes. 2 points, 3 rebounds, a block. I thought he was great. Landry Shamet in 25 minutes. Invaluable Landry Shamet tonight. 12 points, 4 boards, 2 assists off the bench, a turnover. Phenomenal defense against Maxey. Maxey's going to get his, but Shamet made it difficult on him alongside Deuce McBride. 25 minutes for Shamet, 26 minutes for Deuce. Deuce, if he could knock down a shot tonight, the Knicks would have had a much easier time. 1 for 8 from 3 for a guy shooting 44% from three-point range is, tough. And a lot of them were wide open, so not a good shooting night for Deuce McBride, but we always say you don't have to shoot it well to play well. Deuce McBride did not shoot it well, but I thought he had a fantastic game. Defense was solid. I thought he did a good job getting into the lane, handling pressure from Philly and their defense as a ball handler. I thought he was very good at that tonight, which is something that's not, I wouldn't consider that a strength of Deuce McBride's game, and I thought it was very important for him to do that, even in the fourth quarter when they were pressing full court and trying to come up with steals. They double-teamed Deuce McBride along the baseline. He was able to spin off of the double team and bring the ball down the court and then ultimately force Philly to use a foul there rather than fighting for a turnover, whereas before Brunson got trapped along the baseline and nobody was there to help bail him out, and they ended up tying it up. So Deuce McBride, as another ball handler out there with Jalen Brunson, was invaluable tonight. So shout out all the heroes of the game. Anunoby, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, Deuce McBride. Maybe even a little area Hulk Porty. James said, Philly got the memo. Keep it close, but lose. Angela Harding. What's up, Angela? You're in the hospital? I'm hoping you the best, Angela. It's going to be a tough weekend here. Kay Hayes said Clarkson would foul a traffic cone. Yeah, good night to not play Jordan Clarkson. Madrasi said, glad to take the win, but I'm not sure how to feel about this game. Cat looks so awkward tonight. What do you think we need to improve on? I just kind of touched on it. Towns had the back injury. Hopefully he takes the next game off. We can take a look at the Knicks' schedule real quick here. Their next game is who? Sacramento, I think. Yeah, they play Sacramento on Tuesday. So a revenge game. Can we make it 3 in a row against Sacramento here? Start getting back on the winning side of things, right? And then you have Toronto, who's been playing excellently as of late. They're right there with the Knicks in the standings, so that's going to be a really tough game at Toronto. And then you have Portland. Portland is always tough. They're coming to the Garden. Then you have the Lakers, who are tough with LeBron and Luka. I expect Austin Reeves to suddenly be available because everybody's available in the Garden. So that'll be another tough game as well. So that's a Sunday game at 7 p.m. And then we have Washington. Denver's dealing with a ton of injuries, so we'll see who's available to even play that game against Denver. Expect Nikola Jokic back because everybody's healthy to play the Knicks in the Garden. And then you're at Detroit again, and then you're at Boston. So you have a tough back-to-back game here, Detroit and Boston. 2 teams above you in the standings who have just created a ton of space. So those are going to be incredibly important games right there. Hopefully the Knicks find their groove in this stretch here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 games before we get to that tough back-to-back game slate to kind of find your groove, gain some confidence again, and hopefully go into those 2 games and pick up a victory. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to all of the channel members for continuously supporting the channel. Don't worry, we are not going anywhere. We will be right back. I'm going to go get me some water, get me some food, maybe close my eyes for like 10 minutes. But we will be back at 6:30 to go through the pregame for our Cleveland versus Orlando matchup. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me again. Charles Austin, Simon Ja, D. Grant, Tammy, Yvette Passad, Jay Davis, I Like Shoes, AP, everybody. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Another incredible stream, another Knicks game. Finally back on the winning side of things. Hopefully it continues. Remember to brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you in half an hour if you guys want to stick around. And I'll see you in a bit. Bye. See you later? Not a bye. See you later.